has been the best and worst investment I've ever made in my life. From being up $50,000, $60,000 multiple times to now being down over $50,000, $60,000. This has been quite the adventure, and I've also learned a lot. Before the GameStop investment, I never really knew or understood convertible senior notes. I didn't know warrants at all. Warrants was a totally new thing for me, and it's given me the opportunity to really deep dive into one investment where in the future, if GameStop actually works out and we don't go completely bankrupt because Ryan's kind of screwing us over, I think I'll have a ton of success in the stock market because I'm going to be able to research any company that I find that I think is interesting, and I'm going to be able to do it fairly properly just based off of my experience doing research on GameStop. Like, there's so much more to investing than just a stock chart going up and down on a screen. Like, GameStop's chart right now looks like the stock is complete garbage and the business is complete garbage, and that's just not really the case. You go look at the fundamentals, it doesn't really align with how the stock is performing, and I've really never thought that the stock market and business were directly correlated, but you would think if GameStop grows to be a 15, 20, $30 billion company, that the stock would go to 15, 20, 30 billion in market cap. We have yet to see if that's the true outcome, but that's really what my investment is based off of, because if I was investing in GameStop based off of the chart, I would have sold a long time ago. GameStop's chart has looked garbage for quite a while. There was moments where it did look bullish, but every time you formed a higher high, the stock would just immediately sell off. So I think the last time you saw, I think $25 or $28, I don't really remember, that was technically like a false breakout on the stock, and if you were just a stock chart trader, you would have sold immediately right there, or you would have shorted the stock. It just depends what kind of trader you were. So, looking at the chart of GameStop wouldn't be beneficial as an investor unless, you were shorting. If you're a shorter, if you're someone who shorts, the chart gives you everything you want to see. If I was someone who was shorting on GameStop and I was basing my short position off of the fundamentals, I don't know how confident I would be, because GameStop's business is absolutely crushing. And what's super funny is that the earnings reports you're getting on GameStop are like 3 to 6 months behind where the actual business is. So you're getting a lot of lagging information, and the market's reacting to this information as if it was real-time information. Like, if you go look at GameStop's balance sheet right now, they're sitting on like 10.6 billion in assets or something like that. Realistically, GameStop's business right now in real time is probably sitting over 11 billion in assets, maybe even 12 billion, depending how far behind their accounting actually is. And yeah, obviously, this is speculation. I don't know for sure. It's just earnings is lagging information, so I've never found any value in earnings, because you're just getting numbers they had, 3 to 6 months ago. So it's like, you can't really base your opinion off of the
Yeah, bro, information on the stock you're holding is totally for losers. Who needs information? It's just FUD anyway.
Fundamentals in a lot of cases either. There's other businesses that are even farther behind, like almost a year. So, fundamentals, that's a tough thing to base an investment off of, and especially if you have a negative opinion. If you have a negative opinion on a growing business like GameStop, and
GameStop is explicitly not growing. They are not growing. They are shrinking. Their profit margin has increased, but the business has shrunk and has no forward guidance. Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be the intro video. Stop making me mad.
you know, having lagging fundamentals doesn't really like give you good insight on where the business actually is. And I think that's why a lot of people just trade off of the stock chart, because it is a lot easier to just make an opinion off of a stock chart, you know, whether the trend is bullish or bearish, or if you have a trading setup, you know, it's easy to make a trade off of a trading setup. Like, I just think it's so much easier, and you don't have to deal with the ebbs and flows of the market. You know, if I was just day trading, I wouldn't care that GameStop's stock right now, or stock is down right now. I wouldn't care that any stock is down right now. I'd actually be kind of excited because there's probably opportunity there as a trader. But
if you want to be a day trader, be a day trader. I don't think you'll be good at it, but you know you can do that, right? No one is locking you in GameStop. What are you talking about?
as an investor, it's tough to be an investor. It's tough to have all your money in a single investment.
That's not investing. That's gambling.
And have it just drop as much as GameStop has been dropping. It's exciting, you know.
This is just supposed to be the intro screen, but I have to actually watch this with you guys. I'm already breaking in too much. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to another meme stock meltdown stream. Very excited to hang out with you guys today and talk about this. We have, of course, been following the meme stock bros for years now. In 2021, GameStop's price peaked, and ever since then, it has been nothing but a drop. I mean, there's been ups and downs, but you know, on the 5-year chart, on the 1-year chart, 6-month, and weekly chart, monthly as well, they are all down. Let's take a look, shall we? This is, let me see if I can get it on a bigger screen, because it is a sight to behold. I want everyone to understand, this is what Marantz has been spending his entire life on for 5 years. Look at the 5-day chart. Oh, that's a lot of red. That don't look very good. 1 month? Oh no. Oh, that's also a lot of red. That is a lot of red on that 1 month. What do we go 6 months? Oh, that's more red than green. That's not good. That's not good. Year to date surely will be better. Okay. We were doing better before, but we're way down. We're so down from the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, they were at $20. Today, they're at $18. Well, that's not very good. That's not the direction your stock is supposed to go. Oh, 1 year. Oh, it's also down. Oh, no. Oh, let's look at the 5-year. Oh, the pain. Anyway, so not a good use of 5 years if this is the only thing you've invested in. Let's see what's going on in chat. Hi, everyone. Sweet Lily Love with a 215 stream streak says, hey, Hannah, got a bad review at work, so feeling kinda down. Glad you're here, though. Well, I'm glad you're here, too. One review does not define you. Boop. Dealers Filler with 39 months says, we interrupt this intro video to bring you the moon! To the moon! Sorry. Carpcozian with a 35 stream streak says, I've been writing and editing so much lately. Please give me a nice break, Hannah. Hi, everyone. I'll do my best. Hey, Nemesaur, how's it going? Let me do my little intro stuff since we're here. If you can do me a favor on YouTube, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Helps new people find the stream. If you're watching the VOD, hype the video. Other than that, we're getting close to the end of the month, and we are behind on subs and stuff, so if you want to help support the stream, help keep it going so we can look at weird people like this, continuing into the future, consider if you are on YouTube using subscriptions, gift subs, or bits, and on YouTube, memberships, super chats, and I think that's it. Alright, with all my stuff out of the way, we can get into it. Bumble Homestead says, just got Kiddo's kitty back from the vet. He is high and ballless. Ah, the ideal. That's just me on a Friday night. Anyway, so, Ryan Cohen and GameStop decided to pay off a zero-interest loan that they had using stock. So they diluted the stock yet again to pay down a debt that was at 0 interest, which dropped the price of the stock by $2, $2 or $3. Like, it hasn't consistently been under 20 in a while, but since the dilution it has been. And I don't even think that's the end of the dilution. I think that they're able to do more, so that'll be interesting. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 Tier 1 subs and kicking off a hype train. Much, much appreciated. If you want to help out the hype train, you can always use bits or subs. So, we have our usuals, but let's continue with this intro video, and then we'll see everyone's opinion after the stock drops.
It makes me feel alive.
Hey, tea time, tea.
When I was a day trader, I didn't really enjoy trading. I didn't enjoy getting up every single day, trying to find a position to take, you know, whether it be off of...
You know, you could always just get, like, a normal job, which you may already have, and then just invest in, like, index funds or something. You would have made money, as opposed to GameStop, in which you have lost money, tens of thousands of dollars. So why don't you just do that? You're clearly a bad trader. You are actively losing tons of money. You should not manage your money so personally. You should have a money manager. You should have some fund that you're invested in that picks things diversified so that you aren't putting all your eggs in one basket. Maybe pick some companies that aren't terrible and run by Nepo baby weirdos. I mean, that's all of them, I guess, to some extent. But, you know, maybe one that's more competent than Ryan Cohen.
If a trading setup or trading some random stock. For the most part, when I was a day trader, I was just mostly trading the S&P 500.
Oh, you're right. It's not technically a 5-year low, or it's not a 5-year low, because they did hit $10 in 2024 very briefly, right before Roaring Kitty pumped it up. It is down on the 5-year chart. It is not the 5-year low, but it's close to it.
100.
It's as close as it's been in a couple years.
And then eventually I found GameStop, and you guys know the story. You know, I made like $20,000 trading GameStop and then started investing in it as I learned more. Like, trading was easy. Trading took no skill. It didn't really...
No, this isn't Barking Puppy. No. This is just some random GameStop investor that makes videos about it, kind of like Marantz, but I guess is he less popular? I don't know how many subscribers Marantz has. Oh, about the same amount of subscribers as Marantz. Marantz gets more views, though.
Like, I just didn't really enjoy it either. That's mainly what it was. Like, I was crushing day trading. I was making a lot of money not being an investor. Day trading was great for me, but then I became an investor and...
You didn't become an investor. You became a cult member. Investors don't just pick one company and then become slavishly devoted to it. That's not how this works. You shouldn't fall in love with an investment. You should be very skeptical of your own investments and keep an eye out for danger signals. You've had so many over the last 5 years and you have ignored them all. Dodger Mutt with a 40-bit message says, I'm just waiting for my Gimbals department store to stock to take off. Sure, it was delisted in 1973 and went out of business in 1986, but I feel it's due for a comeback. They're mentioned in Miracle on 34th Street. That's free advertising every December.
Being an investor was great. There was times where I was up a ton on GameStop, and I was so excited. I was on top of the world, but not anymore. You know, the market always tends to show you the worst possible outcome before the best possible outcome comes, and...
That's not even true. What is he talking about? No. What? You think that stocks usually, as a normal thing, hit bottoms before they, like, shoot up? Not typically. No.
You know, I always figured that the stock could drop like this. I just never really thought it could happen because...
And it's still overvalued.
Ryan
30 seconds on the hype train.
Cohen just gave me so much confidence, especially with his media runs.
That I'm so confused by. We've watched Ryan Cohen on this channel in his media stuff. He is a terrible interviewee. He has no personality. He's just the worst.
I was already super confident in the investment before that. You know, I was already all in before the media runs, but Yeah,
Oh, Jamie Lynn, by the way, said hi with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Sorry I missed that.
yeah, just gave me the confidence that I didn't need to sell because it truly seemed like they were supporting the stock at $20, and then, you know, you saw what happened.
Thanks for the hype train.
And I don't really need to keep explaining it. We all know what happened, and now
Do you know what happened?
we're paying for it, you know? I'm paying for being overly bullish on GameStop, for being all in and not trading in the market properly by having cash on the.
I'm very confused by this guy's channel, because this guy's channel is pretty much mostly at this point him sort of lamenting getting into GameStop, but he's still on board at GameStop. Not only that, I'm going to get to this later, he has now gotten a job at GameStop. That's how into GameStop he is. Like, hey, a job's a job, but like he intentionally picked GameStop because he's invested. Like, that feels cultish. That's crazy.
The sidelines, and I basically broke every single rule of trading that I've ever made for myself, and I'm paying for it. It sucks. Like, it really only sucks because I was just up so massive in the beginning. You know, the investment was so successful. There was just so
5 years ago it was successful, based entirely off of hype and memes, and none of the fundamentals.
many success, like, trading opportunities that were so valuable, and I barely took advantage of any of them. And that's truly, like, what sucks. Like, I don't really care that the stock's going down too much. It's, you know, it's part of the market. It's part of
Part of the market to lose money for 5 years straight. Totally.
investing. Not everything just goes straight up like AI and tech.
Has he looked at, like, the S&P for the last 5 years? Pretty much any index, to be honest. The market, I'm not saying it's rational, especially right now. Clearly, the market is not reflecting, like, people's experiences financially. Not that it's ever really supposed to do that. That's not what it is. But it gets used as an economic indicator by media a lot. The market's up. If you had invested in basically anything else, you would have made money over the last 5 years. It is not normative in the market we've had for the last 5 years to consistently lose this much money. You've gone out and made an actively terrible decision. This wasn't just like, oh, this is how it goes. It's not how it goes. It's not how it goes.
Tech stocks, but yeah, it just sucks that the market gave me opportunity and I didn't take it, and now I'm paying for it. If I would have just invested all in GameStop and the stock never went up and it just started collapsing, I probably wouldn't care as much. But the fact that I didn't take any profits when they were given to me, it just makes me feel like an idiot. And, you know, that's life. That's life. I think there's a lot of people who watch my YouTube channel that forget that, like, I'm a real person and I make mistakes. You know, I like to act super confident.
Yes, you make mistakes, but the thing about mistakes is you can be okay with them as long as you learn from them. But if you're making a mistake and you're recognizing that you've made a mistake, but you're not rectifying it or trying to back out of the mistake, you haven't learned anything. So it's not just a mistake, you are consciously continuing to do it. A mistake is something you do without all of the information, maybe. A mistake is something you do on accident. Now you are aware, self-admittedly, that you are aware this is bad, but you are still doing it. Even if it started as a mistake, it is no longer a mistake. This is a conscious decision you are making to stay within this investment, knowing how poorly it has performed over the last 5 years versus the market as a whole. So it's not a mistake anymore. You don't really want to call that anymore. You can say it started as a mistake, but now it's not. You're doing this purposefully. Alton Undying, thanks for a 15-stream streak.
And talk shit in my streams and my videos. But in reality, like, I can't get everything right. And if you were following me thinking I was some, like, guru and I mean, I am kind of a professional trader, like...
Am I an even more professional trader since I've made money and he's down? Like, I've not traded stocks much in my entire life, but I did a little bit for a while around 2021, 2022. Made a little bit of money. Not very much. But still, I'm not in the negative. He's negative tens of thousands of dollars. So if he's a professional trader, I'm Warren Buffett, baby.
That's not really an argument. I've made a lot of money
Alted Undying, thanks for a 15 stream streak.
in the stock market trading, but when it comes to investing, I have no control over the market. I can't control whether the stock goes up or down. I can't control whether Ryan Cohen dilutes us and increases the supply to the market and decreases the share.
You actually did have a say. There was a vote a little while ago. How did you vote? Did you vote to give him the ability to continue to do that? Because most of the apes did. That's why he now has the ability to dilute even more.
Price. I can't control if they end up doing buybacks or not. Like, I have no control over this investment. So, you know, if watching these videos or watching my streams gave you confidence in this investment, I'm sorry. Like,
we're sorry. We're so sorry. Sorry. What do you mean, sorry? I thought this wasn't financial advice, but now you're taking responsibility for it? Very interesting. If you lost tens of thousands of dollars because of me, my bad. My bad, everyone. Was that bad? Was that not a good thing to do?
I don't know why you felt that way. I always tried to be as transparent as possible and realistic as possible, you know. I never said GameStop was going to go straight up and go to the moon. I've always said it was...
Yeah, they never say anything about going to the moon. What are you talking about? Disavow.
It was a good investment, but I've always tried to relay that it is possible the stock goes down, and I hope the people who have been following me actually listen to that message and didn't do what I did. I'm sure there are people that did what I did and just went all in on the stock, but I hope
he likes the stock.
I hope you didn't. And I hope if you did, you know, you learned something from this experience that
you didn't even learn anything. You didn't learn anything.
You shouldn't follow random people on the internet for...
I mean, okay, so you're saying that, and that's good, but have you sold your position? Have you sold it? Or are you still holding it? Ken's sister Sue, thanks for 130 stream streak, says, dipshits following dipshits because of dipshit.
Investment advice. I think trading's okay because, you know, trading is so, like, open. There's so many, like, trading strategies and things you can learn. So, like, learning about trading is okay, but investing is...
You heard dipshit, so you had to join. Welcome, cum machine. What a beautiful name.
Just investing. Like, there's no strategy or anything I can do to...
Him making again, he's saying he's learned something, but he's like, he's distancing himself from all responsibility. He's like, yeah, I learned things, but ultimately, I couldn't have done anything about this. None of this was my fault. Who knows how the stock market works? Like, no, you've learned nothing. You've learned nothing. Oh my.
Make investing work out for someone. Like, you can do the fundamental analysis and all that stuff, but as you've seen with
if you had done a correct fundamental analysis of GameStop, you wouldn't be here.
GameStop investment, that stuff kind of doesn't matter. You know, in 5, 10, 20
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
years.
Your shares are an ownership slice of the business. If the business is doing badly, the value of the ownership that is represented by your share will go down because the company is less valuable. It's not just random numbers. I know that speculation is like a prime driver of the market. I understand that. But that doesn't mean it's entirely detached from fundamentals. Like, you couldn't have a company going completely bankrupt and have the stock go super high reasonably. Like, the only time that happened was GameStop, and it was because of crazy circumstances that'll never happen again.
I hope that the fundamental analysis investment will work for us, but as of right now, being a chart trader has been more beneficial than being a fundamental investor.
Hello, mate of N.
And I don't know, I'm just curious to see, in 5-10 years, is fundamental investing going to outperform trading?
One would hope. I would hope so. Is he talking about that like it's a bad thing? That would be great. If our decisions about the economy were based on fundamentals instead of gambling addicts, I agree. That would be great. What's the topic? We are looking at meme stock, people. I don't know if you remember 5 years ago in 2021, GameStop had that big run-up. A lot of those people are still around and still obsessed with GameStop stock, and they are still waiting to become millionaires. It's very sad. It's basically a conspiracy theory wrapped up in finance and stuff.
Because
Harold Elbleman says, yes, Hannah, because he thinks fundamentals means my faith in the company. He hears so many good things on Super Stonk.
As of right now, being a GameStop.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate of N. I know how hard addiction can be. I'm a recovered alcoholic myself, so I know that it is very, very difficult to deal with stuff like that.
Trader has been super beneficial. Like, if I was just trading.
So this stream is going to be talking about, like, gambling stuff. So if that's, like, a thing that you don't want to hear, you say, no, it's okay, I like being a gambling addict, it's fun. Oh boy, I'm not your mom, so good luck with that. Oh boy.
Trading GameStop, I'd already be up 6 figures, and I wouldn't be down $50,000-$60,000 like I am right now. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what 5, 10, 20 years looks like, and we'll look back and be able to have
Am I familiar with TND? I don't know what it stands for now.
A good conversation about, is trading better or investing?
I can't tell if this is going to be a setup for some sort of trolling attempt. Either way, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
And as of right now,
it's basically an anti-gambling company. All right, what about them?
It seems like trading is the better choice, but...
And what do you mean by anti-gambling company? Are they like a non-profit organization that tries to get out information on gambling, or what?
We will see.
We will see indeed. I do have more from him. I do want to watch his videos about becoming an employee at GameStop, but we'll take a look at those later. I want to get on to some Morant stuff. It's pretty much that. Do I support it or no? You don't? I mean, I'm pro-information being out there about addictions, whether it's alcohol, any other drug. Oh, okay, you're trolling or something? Okay, weird troll. Like, it's not bannable what you're doing. I just am not sure what you're looking for here. Like, it's not gonna upset me. I'm not gonna get all freaked out about it, because I don't know you. I'm sad if you really have a gambling addiction, but that's about all I'm gonna say about it. I don't know what to tell you. What's going on? I don't know, it's Twitch. You don't have to be sorry, you're fine. I just... a little worried about you, if that's true. But it's your life. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. Okay. Let's see how Morant's has been. Oh boy, let's listen to some of his videos.
Hi guys, good morning. I'm going to talk about GameStop right now, in a way. The company, the stock, I don't know if you guys pay attention to the stock market the way I do.
So you basically found a cult and watched them? Kinda. Yeah, you kind of summed up a lot of the show. Yeah, I do that. I do conspiracy theorists. I do sovereign citizens, basically any group of people that get together online or communicate primarily online, that are in groups that are brought together by some sort of delusion, usually. And analyze. And shitpost. You know, whatever.
I've never seen the misappropriation of value on such a popular...
You know, Mate Event, I don't think you would have come here and say these things if on some level you didn't want help. So let me tell you, you aren't a sad chud that has no feelings without gambling. You're a whole person, and you are not your addiction. You're okay. You can hang out here. Not gonna judge you. You're all right. Hang out here. You're good. Okay. Phyllis Filler says, I hypothesize he's unconsciously testing the waters of leaving the cult, both in his own psyche and how the community reacts, with how he's separated his consideration of facts and the cultish thinking. Also, I feel Ryan Cohen has partial moral blame for this every day he doesn't try to stop this despite having meme stocks adoration. I'd agree. I think that Ryan is culpable. Anyway, back to Marantz.
Thing. GameStop. Right now, GameStop's trading at a market cap of $8 billion.
What?
Right now, GameStop's trading at a market cap of $8 billion.
I didn't hear the first part. I thought he was saying something different. I apologize. Juggle will do.
For math purposes, just so people can do simple math, you take the current assets of GameStop, which are 11 billion current assets, and then you minus their current liabilities, which are 800 million. They are literally 12 to 13 times their assets. It's what you call a current ratio. And a current ratio is the health of a company, i.e. if they got hit with a headwind, could they survive, right? Could they handle their creditors? Could they handle the business day to day and operationally? So for a
Oh, I see. It's an acronym. They're a troll. Well, that wasn't very nice of you, Mate Event. Why do that? You came here, made up a story, and we were very nice to you. And extended, like, hey, you could be here. So I guess I don't know what the troll is for. I don't know. I don't know why you'd do that. But I hope you'll be okay regardless.
Company that has a 12x, 13x current ratio, they should have value on the stock.
Also, the fact that you called it Marcel word is hilarious.
Stock market. Much more than $8 billion if they're sitting on $10 billion net, positive. That's cool. Additionally, they earn $1 billion a year in profit. Blows my mind. A company that's over $1 billion a year in profit.
Zolit Lionheart says, folk need to get help and get off random forums. That's what I don't get. Like, what was the person expecting? For us to be like, yeah, fuck you, and, like, get mad at them and be mean to what? Prove that all spaces are shitty and people suck? No, you're just spending too much time on 4chan. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Profit.
Has Marantz or other meme stock people been in chat like Cameron yesterday, or was yesterday a rare occasion? He has. He got banned, though. That's trolls for you. I don't get it. Because, like, if I were me, if I had to choose between fucking with a group of people or trying to get along with a group of people and chat with them and them being open and being like, hey, you want to hang out with us and see what we're doing? I don't understand why you would be like, I'd rather fuck with them? What are you getting out of it? We're not upset. We just wanted to be nice. And you were duplicitous. Congrats. You proved that people were trying to be nice to you. I really don't know what else to say, man.
Worth less than its cash. It's just not
He wanted us to all be in favor of acronym, and then he could be like, look, I got him. That's all they got is like, haha, tee hee hee, I'm like 6 years old. I made someone accidentally say something offensive. I hope that person is actually a 12-year-old, because if they're an adult, holy shit, that's crazy.
possible.
Sorry, I know I'm sidetracked. That was just a very confusing one for me.
The disconnect that you see on the market versus GameStop is not natural, and it's
Dodger Mutt with 40 bits says, speaking of therapy, I'm on my 4th VA doctor this year. The last one left before I saw them. The one before that I told I had some symptoms of depression, and he said I need to exercise more. My new VA doc took it seriously and had the psychiatrist screen me. Now I'll be on an antidepressant temporarily. She thinks the depression was triggered by my friend of 30 plus years was murdered by her son. My goodness, I am so sorry to hear about all of that. I'm glad you're being taken seriously now, and that they're working with you to try and find solutions, medication to help you in the meantime, because that is rough, and I'm so sorry you're dealing with that.
it's targeted, which is great for investors like me.
It's targeted.
It's not natural that you see on the market versus GameStop. It's not natural.
It can't be natural. Marantz is a genius. Are you telling me he made a bad decision and based his entire personality around it for 5 years? Who would do that?
And it's targeted, which is great for investors like me, because then we see things that are just like, you know, irregular, and you go, wait a minute, this is a rare opportunity that I get to invest in. So I'm excited by it. But if I never read one article, if I never read a stock analyst opinion about GameStop, or to hear the correspondence, you know, all the people that are talking about it on TV somewhere, or these little articles, if I never did any of that stuff, then I wouldn't have an opinion about it to the negative. If all you did was put numbers in front of people, and people only knew how to read numbers, they didn't know how to read a newspaper or an article or a hit piece.
What the fuck is he
In Motley Fool or Forbes or Bloomberg, if they put their volume on mute when they watch videos, whatever.
If only everyone was illiterate, but still knew numbers, I'd win. No, you wouldn't, Marantz. Revenue is down. The market is speculative. Investors are looking for something that is going to grow, not just sustain profitability or even seemingly grow a little bit quarter over quarter. They are looking for expansion and growth, and GameStop has shrunk year over year since Ryan Cohen got in, closing stores, removing the company entirely from other countries, which I'm not even saying were necessarily bad decisions. The company was bleeding money. But nonetheless, that doesn't make it something that's attractive to investors. Like, what's the growth story here? If you were to pitch me on this, it's basically just, well, I like Ryan Cohen and I think he's going to make good investments. And my retort, especially at this point, would be, well, didn't he try to do eBay and that was a disaster and he made a fool of himself? And he also tried to do, you know, the NFT shops and all that stuff. Like, he's not good. What has he done that you think is good?
Whatever you did, I don't care how you do it. If you don't consume the main...
Broha says, my local GameStop apparently closed a couple years ago, and I never noticed until a couple weeks ago. Yeah, all the GameStops around here closed too. And it's actually a little sad. I used to like to go into them. Not because I buy stuff there. I don't think that their prices are good. I prefer, like, my local used game shop and stuff. But I liked to go in to kind of see the state of the stores, because I, you know, do the meme stock Meltdown stuff, so I think it's fair for me to, like, check out the store experience. I don't want to just, like, base it off online stuff, and the situation was pretty dire by the end, I'll tell you. But a little sad that there's not a GameStop around anymore just for that purpose.
Mainstream media rhetoric about GameStop, and all you knew how to do was read numbers, you would deem it the most valuable investment available on the stock market.
If you have dyscalculia, maybe.
Period. Whether you knew...
how dire, just really bad. There was one employee there at any given time. The store was kind of dirty. The selection was shit. I know that gaming is like a lot digital now, but they didn't have as many physical games as they used to. Stuff was overpriced. It was actually crazy how overpriced the used games were for what they were. They did have some retro stuff, so they've gotten, back into retro and everything, but I didn't find their retro collection to be particularly good. I'm more of an emulator person anyway, but I do, if I had more money, I would get into retro game collecting, but I didn't think their selection was very good on that either. I don't know. Hydrate will do.
About stocks.
And unfortunately, this isn't the employee's fault. Whenever you go into a GameStop, you're spinning a roulette wheel, and there's like a 20% chance there's going to be someone in there who has not showered in a very long time, and they smell like poop. I'm not judging this person. They might have depression. I don't know what's going on with them. But, I've just noticed, as an anecdote, about 20% of the time you go into a GameStop, there's a guy in there that's just like, smells like he hasn't showered in a couple weeks.
They're not. If all you knew was numbers, if you said, okay, this company generates this much profit, they have this much cash, and they have, this many liabilities. In addition to that, you take on all the added value, right? Added value would be they're not in the S&P 500, their CEO, chairman of the board, and all the board of directors get paid $0.
Why is that attractive?
Because they refuse to take money out of the company. The only money they make is by investing it themselves. And
Ryan Cohen is a billionaire, so I don't really think that he's being magnanimous by not taking a salary. He has more money than any human being could spend in their entire lifetime. Being like, Ryan Cohen doesn't take a salary. Yeah, he won capitalism. Of course he doesn't take a salary. He makes more than you make in a year on interest in like a day. What are you talking about?
Which they have, to the tune of over 10% of owning this company, which is a big amount when you're a publicly traded company.
Not taking salary is a tax loophole. Yeah, he does the stock thing. I think he gets stock. He also does buy stock himself, but he has stocks, and I would imagine, like a lot of other very wealthy people, he takes out loans against the stock and then uses that money so it doesn't count as income. Yeah, it's horseshit.
Institutional ownership has improved another double digits this year, from 40% to 50%. And overall, GameStop making that $1 billion a year in profit is officially a swing profit of over $1.5 billion to the positive.
Yes, and they did so by destroying their place in the market, which was inevitable anyway. Brick and mortar gaming stores are kind of an outdated concept. I understand the trading card thing is big, so yeah, shifting to that's probably a better idea. But even so, these things are cyclical. Every 10 or 15 years, it feels like trading cards get real big. Maybe it's a generational thing and get a new batch of kids every 15 years or so discovering like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic. I don't know. But at least within my lifetime, it's been cyclical. When trading cards have been huge to the point where like the scalping and trading of them breaks containment from just the trading card community and becomes a broader thing. So when this, especially if a recession hits, like I think we're already in bad financial straits, but like actually if everything like goes badly and people start losing their jobs at an even higher rate and stuff, how do you think the trading card market's gonna do? I don't know if all this speculation from scalpers is gonna last if everyone doesn't have money. I don't know. Just seems like maybe not the best thing to gamble on either.
A year. So when a company's making $1 billion a year net.
The Hell You Sora says, unfortunately can't watch this at the time. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down. Any chance of retrieving the previous one with Kevin? Working on it. I can't say more about it. I'm working on it.
And they're only trading at $8 billion. That's a PE ratio of 8 on a growing company. And what do you mean by growing? Go ahead and look at the numbers. Their revenue is up year over year. That's called growth. Their profits are up. We know that part.
Their revenue is down. Their profits are up.
margins are up.
Yes, because they cut the bad stores. But that's not growth of the company. That's getting more profit by cutting stores. You're shrinking the footprint of the company in order to shore up your margins. Which, again, great. That's not a bad thing. But it's not growing the company. It's shrinking the company and downsizing it into profitability. That's not growth. That's saving your ass. That's cutting off your arm because you got bit by a zombie and you got to cut it off to keep it from infecting the rest of your body. It's not a win. It's a life-saving measure.
Everything's up. They have triple-digit increases on profit for the last 3 years. They've been profitable for
And they're still overvalued.
the last, I think it's 11 out of 12 quarters. It's mind-boggling. It's like earth-shattering if you're an investor. And Walmart can't say that. Costco can't say that. Amazon can't say that. There's not a company in America that is showing better variable increases than GameStop.
I like how he picks like very specific things. I don't know if you guys have seen like the Dan Olson video about Mr. Beast and the very specific records they do just to say they have records and stuff. This feels like that. He'll pick some arbitrary metric and be like, well, this looks good. This looks good. Why isn't the price higher? Because the company isn't this one number that you're deciding because it looks good. It's the whole thing. It's the whole package. The whole package does not look good.
Not a single one. Because, and I'll tell you, legit, organic, real.
Oh no, the YouTube and the Twitch chats are talking to each other. Horrifying.
Dollars. Not commitments.
You're not allowed to unionize.
Not pledges.
Don't make me pull up the anti-union propaganda video. It'll be very cringe.
A lot of these other companies operate off of debt. Like they're literally borrowing dollars to make profit today. They still owe the money.
For a growing company, debt is not a bad thing. Debt is not inherently a bad thing.
I know that's okay in America. That's okay in business. It's not okay when interest rates are the highest they've been in 45 years. It's not okay when we're walking into a recession with our eyes wide shut. Anyway, most people watch this show, watch this channel, and do a show every day, a live stream. Most of the people know this because they watch the show. There are some people out there that do not watch or that don't know.
Really feels like the wind's out of his sails today, doesn't it? He just sounds bummed out.
Give them the
Am I gonna call the Pinkertons? They're on speed dial.
4 minutes.
Side note, I don't know if you guys play Red Dead Redemption 2. Great game. The Pinkertons are in it. Fuck the Pinkertons. And I think the modern day Pinkertons, because they're still a real thing, I think they're still an organization, they're still a company, complained about it. Complained that they're like villains in the game, and I think they wanted to sue or something. Very silly. Fuck those guys.
Or the 6 minutes and 30 seconds to watch this video and educate themselves. I challenge any investor, any investment, and any professional out there to debate me on these topics that I just told you. GameStop is considered investment grade. GameStop does not have a rating from Moody's or S&P, and that is strategic. That is intentional.
It can't be that they don't care about my... Honestly, how would you even rate it? Like, I gotta be honest. How would you rate the GameStop stock? You can't, because of its inherent irrationality. I wouldn't want to do that either, because on any given day, you have no idea what's going to happen. Sure, we come on and make jokes about the fact that, oh, it's down today, it's down this month, it's down 5 years. But realistically, it is a completely irrational stock. If Keith Gill showed up tomorrow and was like, hey guys, I'm investing in GameStop, it would shoot up again. Probably not as much as it has previously, but like there would be some movement. It's like entirely based on conspiracy theories and vibes. So I wouldn't want to rate it either because it's so volatile and unpredictable because it's based on the sentiments of basically financial cult members. How do you predict that and price that in and make a realistic determination about the future of the stock price? I wouldn't want to do it. Andronicus Khan says, how to make money on the stock market. 1, buy stocks. 2, never, ever, 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 ever sell it ever. 3, question marks. 4, MOAS. We did it.
Buy Wall Street. I've been here before. I've seen the movies, I've played the games.
What?
When you have pinned everyone against you...
Oh my god. The real world does not work like a movie or a video game. In real life, when you're doing something really, really stupid, people will also be against you. What an insane heuristic. The more people that are telling me I'm wrong must mean I'm right. That's how you are. That's how you become a person who spends 5 years wasting their time on a lie.
Maybe you're doing something right. Because we haven't failed.
We haven't failed, sure. We were managing to lose money in a bull market, but like we haven't failed. We're just succeeding downwards.
And if we were wrong about GameStop, boys, we would have been wrong by now. I'll see you around, millionaires.
What would it look like to be wrong to you? What are you talking about? What? Okay. Oh, here's another one of him being extra salty. This is a good one.
Bitcoin goes up, GameStop goes down. Bitcoin goes down, GameStop goes down. eBay goes up, GameStop goes down. eBay goes down, GameStop goes down. GameStop's earnings go up, GameStop goes down. GameStop's revenue goes down, or up, or down. GameStop goes down. Ryan Cohen announces accusation, he acquiring eBay. GameStop goes down.
Yeah, acquiring an entity usually makes your stock price go down and the acquirees go up. Dillis Filler says their goal posts for failure have been moved so far they circumnavigated the globe. You believe in the globe? All right, shill.
eBay goes up in value. GameStop goes down. We own it 10%. Doesn't matter. GameStop goes down.
Yeah, GameStop had unrealized gains on their eBay shares, but I think the unrealized gains got wiped out. I'm not sure what game... Let me look at eBay stock today real quick.
GameStop record-breaking all of it. Every damn variable. GameStop goes down. GameStop's at the lowest price it's been in 2 years. Copy. And their profits and all their margins are the highest it's been in the history of the company.
Yeah, their price is 105 right now. It was 102 earlier. They bought in Ryan Cohen, I think, at 102 roughly. So at this point, they have slight unrealized gains, but the past couple of days, it's been an unrealized loss. Not sure what's going to happen moving forward with that, of course, but yeah, not a sure winner like Marantz has been talking about with those unrealized gains.
The stock price is low. Thank you. Do I sound annoyed?
Yeah.
No. What I am, well, I'm a little annoyed. Charles Gasparino, what does he do? He tweets today, I thought GameStop would be at 70 by now. What's going on? All right, fuckface. I got something for you, little midget.
Oh, don't say that.
We're going to be there.
I think he's a little mad. I'd call that a meltdown. That's pretty good. Also, don't use that word. Come on. Here's some PP tweets. These are all somewhat recent, the last month or so, I think. The PP Show is PP's Twitter account. I wish I had, like, a vape or something. In my opinion, do not sell your canceled bobbies to anyone. You'll be lowballed pennies on the dollar. My opinion, it'll open at $500 or higher, substantially higher than anything it's ever traded at. Those that held and believed deserve the massive payouts from years of hardship and waiting. Your time is coming. God bless the PPs. Someone says, no price anchoring, but what's your prediction? I held 900 shares. That's half a milli almost. How far can we fly? They're sitting in the middle of a plane crash going, how far can we fly? That's good. That's pretty good. Just in rumors. We have just received rumors that large hedge funds that shorted BBBYQ, DK Butterfly, are aware of possibility. His grammar's wrong. Listen to this. We have just received rumors that large hedge funds that shorted BBBYQ are aware of possibility. The possibility? Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Are aware of the possibility of emerging equity and are now scrambling to find out how to deal with short obligations from old equity. Stay tuned for further details. This is, of course, total horseshit. That's not how anything works. The shares are extinguished. You do not have them. They don't exist. Oh. Sorry, my necklace got a little too tight. Here's this one. PP says, in my opinion, do not sell your canceled bobbies to anyone. PP, you can't. They don't exist. What do you mean? You will be lowballed pennies on the dollar. My opinion, it will open at $500 or higher, substantially higher than anything it's ever traded at. Those that held and believed deserve the massive payouts from years of hardship and waiting. Your time is coming. God bless the PPs. That's the one I read earlier. Then at the bottom, he responds, after someone asks, where do you get the 500 number from? Is that just a guess, or do you have evidence? PP says, the Teddy books specifically show a collection of toys and items equaling 485, and there was $15 cash on the shelf on another page. Polte also said donate $500 to the PP show 4 days before equity was canceled. In that same stream, he held up Teddy books and wore spacesuits. This literally sounds like the ravings of, like, a schizophrenic. PP, what are you doing? The pages in the children's book. Oh my god! On one page. Oh my god! He hid in the children's books. Oh, okay. You sound crazy. You sound so crazy. I think his failure of an interview with Keith Gill's brother Kevin, I think it snapped PP a little bit. And I think he's having a rough time. I think he's having a real rough time because after that interview is when he started copyright striking my videos of him and everything. He started posting even crazier shit more adamantly. I really think that Kevin Gill interview fucked him up. And he is having a weird rubber band effect right now where he's like, no, I'm right. I'm right. What are you gonna do? You're not right, by the way, PP. All right, here's another one from PP. A question for our 100% only GameStop holders only. If GameStop was going through the same thing Bed Bath was, and was delisted and filed for bankruptcy, would you have held GME with the same conviction? If the answer is yes, then you understand our conviction in BBBYQ. Do you know how happy I would be if the same thing that happened to Bed Bath & Beyond happened to GameStop? That'd be beautiful. Sunny Korax. Hey, Korax, how's it going? Says, apparently Kevin Malone didn't just make a 28-page Cope PDF about how markets are rigged, and that's why his fund failed. Also, he included a 1-hour-long audiobook. I saw that. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet. I was at work today and I was looking, at stuff online. I can at work when I'm not busy. And And I saw that, but I didn't get a chance to read it before stream today, so I couldn't cover it because I wanted to pre-read it. Eventually. We'll get to it eventually. Anyway. Would you get a special stream if GameStop went the way of Bed Bath? Absolutely. As bad as the Bed Bath people, there's fewer of them. If GameStop went this direction, it's not going to anytime soon unless Ryan Cohen does something monumentally stupid with their money. But if he did, I mean, I'd be so happy. Oh, here's another one from the PP show. I assume this counts for us as well. I participate in GME Meltdown, as does Korax. Your posts on there are great, Korax. PP says, Meltdown mods need to also get hit with RICO charges. It's never RICO. They openly endorse short selling and criminal activities by short sellers like Citadel Securities. To be clear, short selling is not illegal. Short selling is not illegal in any way. They openly endorse short selling. First of all, I've not really seen that on GME Meltdown. I've seen them laughing at you guys, but I've not seen them be like, yeah, short things. It's not really what it's about. And what criminal activities? I'd love to hear it. I would not be surprised eventually if they shut down the sub due to investigations, #RICO. That's an interesting projection, since your sub is the one that got removed for harassing people. Allegedly. Allegedly. Or something. I don't remember the exact. Do you remember Korax? Do you remember why their Reddit got banned or something? Was it harassment? I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, this isn't surprising at all. Morantz is unvaccinated. He posted this, like, anti-vaxxer certificate of achievement awarded to the unvaccinated for surviving the greatest psychological fear campaign in human history. So, yeah, the stupidity is just complete. It is proliferated Morantz. He makes every bad decision possible. That's great. Someone says, I have a question. How the fuck do you find these people? Internet? Internet. Sometimes people have sent them to me, or I go out of my way to search for them. He made a non-participation trophy. He did. He did. He did. At this point, you're not even buying the I'm not vaxxed thing. Could be virtue signaling. I think it probably is for a lot of them. I don't know for Morantz. He's certainly an idiot, so he might actually be unvaccinated. But he's also desperate enough for, like, validation that I can see him just saying it. So, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I don't think it matters. Insert Bo Burnham song. Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Here's generic people on Super Stonk getting mad. Yay, more red! Same color I've had the last 5 years. Red, of course, being negative on the stock chart. We're down 50% over 5 years. I'm too scared to look at the broader market gains over that time. I think we'd be well over 100%, over 100% less. Yeah, the market's gained over 5 years. Do you think that excites eBay shareholders? Being red is fun, guys, I swear. Thank you, Ryan, for that magnificent shareholder value again. I just love seeing years of red. By the way, the amount of dissatisfaction within GameStop stock spaces has spiked over the last month because of the dilution, and because the eBay deal probably falling through. I mean, everyone else knew it was already not happening, but the idea that Ryan Cohen is going to pull the deal himself, which was reported, it's really upsetting some of them. I actually am starting to regret not getting out at any spikes that happened in the past, and all of this makes me question my own judgment about GameStop. I'm disappointed and I'm sad I didn't just invest in a fucking market fund at this point for the last half-decade. Y'all fucking voted for this. My CEO shitposts on Twitter all day. He's the next Warren Buffett. It's actually crazy how negative they've gotten. We're dropping like a fucked elevator. For the first time in years, I'm regretting investing in the stock. Not selling, not trying to be negative, but I'm frustrated. Yeah, they gotta couch it in. Guys, I'm still part of the cult. Don't yell at me. Don't call me FUD. Don't call me a shill. I still like the stock. This person says you folks are so deluded, it's insane. It's actually a pretty funny joke if that's intentional. That's pretty good. Wow, so officially buying GameStop was a horrible financial decision. All my friends are making gains on other stocks while I'm stuck at $20. Oh, don't worry, buddy. It's down to 18 now. Remember, all you effing idiots, keep voting for more dilution like the lemmings you are. But eBay execs are the ones fucking their shareholders. And finally, my life is ruined because of one psycho CEO. I've got all my savings in GameStop. Worst fucking decision of my life. Those are some pretty good meltdowns. Pretty good stuff. Here's some other ones. This is actually on Twitter. Ghost Karma says, my daughter... This is about AMC stock, by the way, not GameStop. We don't talk about AMC a lot because I don't find it as interesting. I don't know. Which is funny because I'm a big movie person. I just don't like AMC theaters. Anyway. Ghost Karma says, my daughter was 2 when I got into AMC. Now she's 8. Almost 9. The criminals of the stock market have stolen so many years from my family. You could have paid us for cheap years ago, but now this stock will be your reckoning. This is now their savings account. History in the making? Vaughn says, a whole new generation of AMC apes is being raised. They love popcorn and going to see movies with friends and family. They are the future! I think a lot of people like to go see movies. I don't know if you need to be invested in a movie theater to like to go see movies. What does GME stand for? GameStop. That's the ticker for GameStop. Like, stocks have a ticker that is an abbreviated, usually an abbreviated name of the company or something, put into a certain number of letters, right? Tesla is TSLA, for instance, I believe. That's their ticker. Yeah. Korak says, also, now that I think of it, I think Houston Wade's lawyers psychically knew Hannah was going to stream today, and that's why they moved the motion suppress hearing to September. Korak says, joke's on them. I already got the new day off. Yeah, for those that don't know, Houston Wade was the meme stock guy that was friends with the PP show and, like, acquaintances with PP. He'd been on the show before. PP, of course, wiped those episodes after this came out. He turned out to have, how do I put this? I'm trying to put this in a soft way, but there's really no... He got caught in a sting operation, dealing with underage, children, a minor. In this case, it wasn't a real minor. There was a real victim, but then they got him in, like, a sting operation where they created, you know, a bait character and told him to meet up at this place. So he's a scumbag. He's officially the worst person in all of this GameStop, GME, Bed Bath. He's the worst one for that alone, but, you know. We watched his interrogation, if you guys remember. Anyway. This person says, same, apes together strong. My son is now 11 and I've been here for 6 years. Tom says, Dad watched you spend 7 years holding AMC bags and said, son, these aren't investments. This is generational trauma. That's a good one. Oh, this one's embarrassing. I saved this one to show you guys because it's so funny. So this is from one of the GameStop people. Dear Ryan Cohen, I wrote you, but you still ain't talking. It's Dan. Yeah, that Dan. The guy who spent 5 years telling everybody you have a plan. I defended the silence. Judge him by his action. I defended the cash raises. He's loading the war chest. I defended the red days. Wall Street doesn't understand what he's building. Ryan, I said that shit so many times my family could finish the sentences for me. I watched GameStop go from bankruptcy jokes to billions in the bank. I watched you cut costs, clean up business, push collectibles cards. PSA. Every time I thought, this is it, then nothing. So anyway, hope you get this. Truly yours, your biggest fan, Dan. Okay, so, to the person who did this, I understand you're going for like a Stan reference. That didn't rhyme, and I don't think you got any of the, like, rhythm down. Like, it wasn't the right number of syllables. This is from someone named, Morgan Hatton. Morgan Hatton. Oh, this is disgusting. Salvatore, who's a big piece of shit. Salvatore posts, GameStop Ryan Cohen weighs pulling $56 million eBay offer. Was it meant to be a joke? I mean, I don't think you go into doing a parody of Stan completely seriously, but he's, like, upset with Ryan Cohen. Anyway. Hannah's doing the rapper hand movements. Mimicry is all I have. I'm like Tarzan. Leave me be. Anyway, so, you know, GameStop's Ryan Cohen weighs pulling $56 million eBay offer, and one of the apes says, disgustingly, sorry about this, RC pulling out doesn't mean he stops to fuck. He's either switching holes or is about to nut on their face. That's certainly something. That's certainly something. And that... These are real investors, by the way. Oh, Ape Father. He's an AMC GameStop, or an AMC ape. How's he doing?
I had a very good night last night, as you could see. I was back to...
This is a story in 3 acts. Act 1.
3 stacks of large society. Okay, this is $30,000 here. Now, this is the thing. I made a decision. I'm going to start, like, putting my profits back into the bank. I've been noticing something that I've been doing that I don't like. Okay. When I keep my starting money, like my starting money was $10,000. Okay. And in addition to that, as you can see, I now have 3 stacks of large societies. That means the profit was technically $20,000 that I started with from this time around after I got the Cadillac Escalade. I could give this money back to the casino. There's a strong possibility because, you know, when you have this money on you, you say to yourself, you get free. You know, you feel like I want to play it all. And by doing that, you're risking a lot. Okay. So, but at the same time, I do like having a bankroll. I don't like, look, 10,000 to me is too little, but do I need 30? Do I really need that? Maybe 15? You know, I say to myself, so I'll think about actually putting 15.
Clearly struggling with gambling addiction, also weirdly bragging about it.
15 in the bank. Okay, so, and keeping 15, you know, from this, you know, half and half, you know, half I play and half stay, right? Half I play, half stays. But anyway, so yeah, I had a great night at the casino, but I'm going to hold on to about 15 large, and the rest I'm going to put into the bank. Okay, because I got to make the bank grow, you know what I mean? And the bank account is never going to grow if I keep going on with the show. Like, if I keep holding on to this, you know, like, I talk to people at the casino all the time, all the pit bosses, you know what they say to me? And this, maybe something that touched me yesterday, that one of the pit bosses said to me. He goes, Rich, you got a lot of money there. You know, I was joking around. I was like, hey, thank you. I said, where's your money? Where's my money? He goes, my money's in the bank. He says, that's my money. He goes, my money's in the bank. Your money's here.
I would imagine not many people who work in casinos get very into gambling. I imagine they see things that would scare you off it forever.
That's what I'm thinking to myself. You know, it was like he was trying to give me like a message. What he's trying to say is put the money in the bank. Put the money in the bank, you Mamaluke. You Stunad. That's what he's trying to tell me. And it kind of like a light bulb went off in my head. I said to myself, do I need to like hold all this money? No. I mean, look, you got to have a bankroll. You do. But at the same time, you don't want to keep playing with your profits. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm going to stop doing that. You don't want to keep playing with your profits. Your profits, look, you go to AC, you win, then you got to take those profits and you got to put them in the bank.
He didn't even go to Vegas. He's in Atlantic City.
That's the key. You don't want to keep holding on to it. Because if you keep holding on to it, eventually, what are you going to do? You're going to gamble it. And you might just lose it. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to hold this much. You might say, why not just put 20 in the bank? I don't know. I like having a little more than 10, 15. I think it just sounds right to me, you know. Half I play and half I stay. So 15 I'll hold on to and 15 goes to the bank.
Act 2.
A Father is different than most YouTubers in the sense that I'm probably the most transparent. Look, whether you love me, some people hate me. I don't know why, because I'm the most lovable guy, you know, out there. I'm always transparent. I mean,
Holy shit, Harold Elblin. Thanks for letting me know. That's nuts. That's a crazy story. I hope that gets a lot of press.
if anything, I'm too transparent, you know. So I'm not going to stop now. I'm going to be transparent. Last night was my first, you know, major loss in Atlantic City. But, okay, I'm also going to be transparent and say it was a loss with the casino's money because I have been winning like crazy for the last, I don't even know, 5 days. I won a.
This is what someone who has a problem says? Absolutely. I mean, we already knew he had a gambling problem. He's into the meme stock thing, like, in a crazy way. But I just thought this would be interesting to show, like, yep, this proliferates elsewhere, too. This isn't just about meme stocks. It's part of a larger pattern of gambling addiction. We know this about Morantz, too. Morantz also struggles with gambling addiction, so he quit gambling. So he says he quit gambling at the casino, but now he's gambling on GameStop and the trading card slot machine GameStop has on their website.
Watching.
I do wonder what his phone looks like. Morantz's wife, I hope, like, checks if he has gambling apps, because it's so easy these days to get, like, gambling apps. There's a million of them. If you're a gambling addict, what a nightmare. Like, it would be like if you're an alcoholic and you could download, like, vodka on your phone. What the fuck? Jesus. These poor people.
To the point where I got, you know, the Cadillac Escalade. I got a brand new Cadillac Escalade. I mean, just kicking ass and taking names. Now, I know why I lost, and I'm going to go over that, and I'm actually going to go live. And we're going to talk about it. I know exactly what happened. And I get it, and you have to learn from your mistakes.
Just a Peach with a tip says, when I worked at the casino, one of my coworkers worked there, so he couldn't legally gamble anywhere in the state because of the state law. Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. I get that.
And you have to always improve and say to yourself, where did I screw up? And let me not repeat.
I think that's called DoorDash. I guess that's fair, but at the very least, like, if you were on DoorDash and you wanted to buy vodka or something, it would cost you money. The thing with these gambling apps, I don't know if you've seen this in a lot of their ads, you get the app for free, and not only that, they'll give you, you know, if you put in like $10 or $20 or whatever, we'll give you X amount in our own money to get you in even further. So I'd say it's like more predatory than that. Like, imagine if DoorDash on their app said, oh, your first 5 deliveries of alcohol are free. You know what I mean? That would be, or we'll even give you free extra free alcohol. That's more what's going on with gambling apps.
Repeat the same mistakes. I'm going to tell you what happened. So I play roulette. That's my game. Now, I'm going to tell you, oh man, I got to go live on this because I've been trying so many different techniques. It's insane. It's a combination of even Steven, and it's a combination of hitting my numbers.
You think you have a system? Oh, yeah, every other guy in Atlantic City thinks they have a system. Ooh.
Primarily, my numbers are 18 and 19.
Man, I just can't believe that the casinos haven't figured out all these people's systems. They must be losing so much money.
Red. Sometimes, occasionally, I throw in a little 16, a little Michael Jordan, 23, 21, sometimes 25, 27, but it gets too expensive to play like, 7 numbers. It's a lot of money. And it could actually eat into your profits from even Steven. So what I'm starting to realize is that you have to do the following things. Okay, this is what I have not been doing. You don't want to hit the numbers as the primary source of you making a profit. Because I'm going to tell you the reason why. There's a reason why they pay you out 35 to 1 odds. Now, again, you understand that everything I'm saying, of course, is not financial advice.
Lennon Cat says, I don't understand people whose game is just games of random chance and not one that actually uses at least some level of skill and control by the player, like blackjack and poker. Same. I don't understand it. Like, I can enjoy playing blackjack, but stuff like slots, roulette, I guess I don't get it. You might as well just grab a pair of dice and go, okay, over this you win, oh, under this I win. Like, it's just the same thing, but with flashier. What's the point? I don't get it.
I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes only.
Explain, Trey.
But you don't want...
Is it just because of the anticipation and the fact that it's random is what makes the anticipation worth it? Trey says, blackjack and poker require clear decisions between in order to do well at them, and these people are addicts who get a high from playing. It means that they're actually worse at these games than they are at pure random chance. Oh, I could see that. They're way too into it. They're unable to see the situation clearly.
Want to depend on hitting the number as your primary source of profit, because you want to know what I call it?
Frankly, even these days, blackjack at a casino is like pretty random. I think they shuffle in like 7 decks now or something like that. I don't even know exactly how many is the standard like in Vegas, but they put a lot of decks in the shoe now. Shoot? Shoe. Not a gambler. What's it called? The thing they put all the cards in that does the...
lottery win. That's what I call the number. Because it's hard to hit the number, man. Especially when you're trying to go straight up.
Shoe? Cool.
Polar.
Trey says, additionally, random chance means that they can delude themselves into thinking that their turn will eventually come and that they're always on equal footing with everyone else, even though the casino objectively has a higher chance of winning games of random chance. I could see that. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Or I do style with like a $100 chip or a $200 chip, which is what I do. And by the way, I have hit 18 and 19 multiple times with $200, which at 35
out of how many? You hit it multiple times. Out of how many spins?
1 odds is $7,000. I've done that multiple times. But then let me tell you the reason why you don't want to depend on it as a profit, because
let me tell you why you don't want to depend on a roulette table for profit. I think most people kind of intuitively get why that's a bad idea. Even people who are bad at statistics can understand the basic idea of you pick red, you pick black, 50-50 chance. Of course, that's not getting into all the actual specific numbers, but like, I think most people who aren't gambling addicts understand intuitively why you shouldn't depend on any kind of gambling, much less roulette.
The majority of the time, it's so hard to hit that number that you're going to wind up finding yourself in a hole. And if the rabbit hole gets too big, you're not going to be able to get out. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're not doing even Steven, and you're only playing 18 and 19. It could be any 2 numbers, but let's just go with those 2 numbers, right? And you're going as big as $200 a number, which is what I've done. That's $400.
It doesn't matter what number you pick. If you're picking 2 numbers, it could always be any 2 numbers, and it's the exact same statistical chance. Staying on 2 numbers would never increase your chances. That's not how statistics work. Statistics have no memory. It doesn't know, like, ooh, 26 hasn't come up in a while. It's time for 26. That's not how it works. It is random chance every single time. So no matter if you have it on one space or another, there's equal chance if it's specific numbers, because they all have 1 out of however many chance.
$1 a spin. Even if you're going $100 a number, that's $200 a spin. So the thing is that it's unlikely that 18 or 19, because there's 38 numbers on the board, you got to consider the green, 0 and 00. It's unlikely that 18 or 19 will hit. I mean, I call it the lottery win. If it hits on the first, it could happen. It could hit on the first spin, or it could hit within the first 2 or 3 or 5 spins. Then you're in great shape. But there could be the days where it won't hit for 100 spins. And you have to be realistic. You can't live in, like the fantasy land, deplane, like Fantasy Island. You can't think that every time you go there, you're going to get the lottery win. And that's what was happening to Ape Father, to moi. Because I got the lottery win 5 days in a row, meaning
It's very scary to see him rationalize this and try and frame himself in his own mind as the rational gambler. Like, he thinks he's doing well. He thinks he's like a really rational, smart gambler. Wow.
I hit 18 or 19.
He's treating roulette like progressive slots. I don't know what that is. Does it, like, remove options as you get them or something? I don't know what that would be.
19 with $200 straight up. You start getting this fantasy in your mind. You're like, I could do this every day. I could win 7.
Again, I don't think that that's something that most people would think. I think that is definitely a gambling addict thought. Like, most people don't understand statistics because we're not, they're not usually an intuitive thing for human beings. But I think most people have enough rationality to understand if you could just go to the casino and play roulette every day as a living, people would do that, but you can't. That's not how it works.
1,000 a day, or if you double up, let's say, nothing is sweeter than a repeater. And I've done that too, by the way. I was at Caesars. I hit 18 with $200 on it 2 times in a row. 14,000 in a matter of like a few minutes. Okay, I did that. Yes, I did that.
Interesting. I did that. Yes, I did that. No, random chance did that. You didn't do anything. Statistics just happened, and you... What? You didn't do anything.
That. Moi.
He's getting a sense of accomplishment from nothing. He didn't do a thing.
Right. But the thing is that it's the lottery hit. No one hits the lottery every single day, correct? Okay, when you hit the lottery, you're blessed. You're lucky, and you're like, thank you, and you accept it, and you're humble. But I wasn't being humble. I was thinking in my mind, I'm getting that lottery hit every.
Densetsu says, I know that some people have professional gambler as their legit career if they earn a certain amount from their winnings. Yeah, but those people are blackjack players or poker players. No one's making a living on roulette. Like, that's impossible, or slots. The statistics are... There's no skill. It is all just statistics. You have to lose long term because that's how the game's set up. You will not win long term. Statistically, it is an inevitability. It isn't, oh, maybe. If you play long enough, you will match up to the statistics. That's how it works. Like, maybe you'll be an outlier for a while, but if you keep playing, all evens out. And by evens out, I mean it goes in favor of the casino.
Every single night. And when you chase, which is what I did tonight, and the casino's like, I'm not hitting that 18. I'm not hitting that 19. You find yourself in a rabbit hole. And if
you can play blackjack and poker with no money and have fun. You can't play roulette with no money and have fun. Agreed. Again, it's basically a dice roll. Chat. If the die gets over 6, everyone's gonna have a good day tomorrow. If it's below that, diarrhea for everyone. 2! Sorry. That's the dice's fault, not mine.
Rabbit hole becomes too big,
hey, tea time,
too deep, you can't get out. Now, the only thing you could do at some point is to give up, I hate to say it, with your tail between your legs and leave, because the thing is that sometimes the casino, I hate to say it, I think I call them the Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They don't care. Oh, there's no mercy, there's no empathy, there's no sympathy, especially when I was taking them for the money I was taking them for. No, I call them like, they're gonna take you out. I called them like Rambo. They got mad at me at the casino, by the way. I'll tell you a funny story.
This is not going to be a funny story.
I called the dealer like Rambo. I'm like, what are you trying to shoot me down like Rambo? The guy got like the pit boss got all upset.
Yeah, I'm assuming you got a lot more belligerent than that. I assume it got like, what are you, Rambo? You're trying to shoot me down? Like, I assume you got mad. I assume for some reason you got mad at the dealer, even though the dealer is not hurting you. They are facilitating the game that you are choosing to play and lose at. Jitara says, I'm feeling lucky. Please roll again. All right. We'll do it again. Under 6. Everyone's gonna grow a tail. Over 6. Everyone doesn't have diarrhea anymore. Exactly 6. Everyone's getting laid. 6! We did it! It didn't solve the diarrhea, though, so probably get that out first.
He's like, you can't say that. I'm like, why can't? It was a joke. He's like, you're making her feel like scared. I'm like, I was tipping this woman $100 chips all night. I'm like, do you feel scared? She goes, no. Anyway.
Asexuals are exempt.
We squashed.
Instead, you get a delicious dinner and a movie of your choice.
The other pit boss agreed with me. He's like, this is America. It's freedom of speech. You say whatever you want. He wants to call her Rambo. He can call her Rambo. Right? Come on. Anyway. What I was doing was I was chasing. I'll tell you why I lost. I was chasing 18 and 19 with $200 on each number. I was doing, it's $400 a spin. And
$400 a spin?
I don't know how many spins. 10 spins, 20 spins, 30 spins. It was like they were not hitting the number.
Your boyfriend is sick right now, though. You can take a rain check.
And the thing is, even Steven, it gets too risky because now you got to make, like, let's say I'll give.
Hey, we're all getting laid. Didn't Rodney Dangerfield say that in a movie? What movie did Rodney Dangerfield say, we're all getting laid? Is that Back to School or is that Caddyshack? Am I imagining this all together?
For example, let's say you're down like $5,000, right? So you start thinking the following things.
Caddyshack.
You think like, if I can't hit the number, I can hit even Steven. Now
Oh, tip. Sorry, I missed the tip. Tip says it's worse than that because the table is fixed, both to make sure that it's as fair as it can, it's as fair as it can be. The problem is it was designed to be unfair at the start. Roulette was made to line the pockets of the owners. Yeah, that's what a casino's for.
The thing is,
the casino isn't there for you to have fun. It's there to take your money.
Max at the casino you could bet on the outside is $2,000. I don't know if maybe if you're in a high roller room, it's different. But on the normal table, the regular table, it's $2,000. So now the problem is if you're trying to catch up with even Steven and you put $2,000 on, say, red or even or whatever your outside bet is, if you lose, which is another possibility, you're going to dig that rabbit hole deeper. So you don't want to do that either. You don't want to chase. Okay, so now I'm going to get back.
All right, we get it. He's talking about his strategies and stuff.
The haters make me laugh. I was reading some of the comments.
Steve of the Q says, casino, capitalism, tomato, tomato.
And they're like, hey, Father, you need to get help. You're a compulsive gambler. You have an addiction. Okay? No, I do not have an addiction. And then there's other people who are saying, hey, Father, you lost all your money. Face the facts. You didn't lose $9,000. You lost a lot more. Okay, this is the facts. I went to the casino.
I do wonder where he gets his money, because he's clearly wealthy. We've seen his house. He lives well. He goes out to eat all the time, like every day, for every meal. So I do wonder how he got his money.
I had a 5-day winning streak where I think I won in total around $70,000.
Are there no communist casinos? I don't think that would be very fun. Everyone goes in and they put money in and they get the same money out. Everyone goes in with 50 chips and everyone leaves with 50 chips. Those are the rules. Probably just go to an arcade. I don't know.
I'm not. I shit you not. At Caesars alone, I mean, if anybody goes to Caesars, I think they got a poster up on me. That's how much I was winning. I kept going to that cashier with all the purple stacks of purple chips. I think I won like 30,000 in one night at Caesars. So no.
Trey says, so this is pure speculation, but I've always suspected that he's like a partner in some business where he helped other people start it because he had startup capital. He doesn't seem to understand how anything works, but he's always flush with cash. I feel like he's just collecting checks. That could also be a trust fund thing. I don't know what his family is, like what his family did or does. Who knows?
I lost $9,000 last night, and I understand why. I mean,
communism is moneyless, so there'd be nothing to gamble with. There would be some means of trade. Even in a communist society, things are too complex to directly plan every single action. So on a local scale, I still believe you would need some kind of currency to deal with things without having to directly plan them. Does that make sense? Like, even in a Star Trek hypothetical socialist future thing, they don't have money, but they have, like, credits that they can use for things that are non-essentials. Does that make sense? Bittergrin says, communist casino. Everyone gets 50 chips a day for free. You gamble them for the love of the game. No money changes hands.
Made a video about this before because
7K would change your fucking life. $1,000 would change my life. Yeah, these people have so much money. They have no idea how lucky they are, and they just squander it.
keep chasing the lottery hits, which is like the 19s, the 18s, $200 straight up, $7,000 hit, 35 to 1. You can't do that. Look, I think what happened was, looking back on it, I think I was winning so much that I felt like I had the Midas touch. You know, everything I was touching was turning to gold, and I just like, that's it, I can't lose. You know, well,
by the way, we're halfway through the stream. If you like the stream, do me a favor on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Hype the stream if you're watching the VOD. If you want to help support the stream and help it continue to cover weird stuff like this, you can always on YouTube become a member or use super chats, and on Twitch you can use bits or memberships. Thanks, everyone.
They reminded me last night that
a terrible idea, non-profit casino where the house's earnings go to charity initiatives. Oh boy. I guess I don't know how other states work, but you're just describing Michigan's lottery, basically. I think a lot of state lotteries do this, where it's like, oh, no, all the proceeds go to schools. But, like, ultimately, the budget of the state is kind of fungible, so either way, they're going to give less money to schools because it's covered by the gambling stuff, so ultimately the state is still making money on people's addictions. Great stuff. Dillis Filler says, everyone shares the communal hand and the communal toothbrush. Ew.
Yeah. You could lose, and 18 and 19 will sometimes not come out for 100 plus spins. So they made that very crystal clear to me, and I'm not a gambling addict.
Yes, you are.
You know what a gambling addict is? Is someone who gambles money that they can't afford to lose. And
that's not true. You could be the richest person in the world and still have a gambling addiction. What are you talking about?
Does that mean? You know, they lose, they keep running to the ATM, they take all their money out of the bank, they borrow money, they get markers. That's a gambling addict. Someone who can't stop until literally they're penniless. And again, that's not the case with me.
No, that's not what that means.
Because
just like you can be a functional alcoholic, I'm sure there are people who are more or less considered functional gambling addicts who spend an inordinate amount and lose an inordinate amount, but they still keep things enough together that they're not like bankrupt and they're not necessarily losing their house, but it's still ruining them in their life and taking away money that could be used for other things. Yeah, that's just like not true. What he is saying is not true. That is a cope. That is a complete made-up thing to make him feel better and to justify him believing he's not an addict when he is.
I leave the majority of my money in the bank, and I have a specific designated bankroll that I accept I could lose. Okay, I go to the casino with the understanding I could lose this money. And I also go to the casino with the understanding that if I do lose this money, my life will not change in any way, shape, or form. Like, I'm still going to be living well. So that's not a gambling addict. That's a responsible gambler. And yes, you can be a responsible gambler. It is very possible you could still gamble and be responsible. And
it depends on how you count responsible, I guess. Like, I don't think, like, ethically, I don't think, like, oh, no one should ever be allowed to gamble. But, like, it's never a good decision, right?
It's just by doing what I just said. okay, which is don't gamble money you can't afford to lose. By the way, that goes for anything. That goes for the stock market too, guys. And I did that once before with AMC, you know. But you know, that's the thing. I've learned from my mistakes in life. I don't ever put myself in a position where I'm gambling money I can't afford to lose. So, no, I am not a gambling addict. I'm a responsible gambler.
Just a Peach says, casinos call them whales, rich people who leave way too much at the casino. Yeah, those people need therapy.
And the fact is, I won. When you win $70,000 in 5 days and you lose 9, and you're up $61,000 in a week, I don't think you should call that person a loser. I think that person deserves to be called a winner.
You can be a gambling addict and have up trips. That happens. That's what makes the addiction so sinister, is sometimes because you gamble so much, there are periods where you can be up. But then you're gonna come back and you're gonna lose it and more. This is how the cycle works. Oh, no.
Especially when he has a Cadillac Escalade. Like, what are we talking about? It's like, so no, haters, I am not a loser. I am not a loser. Yeah, you have to watch that movie, 29th Street. Danny Aiello, that's what he says. I am not a loser. Greatest movie in the world. No, I'm a winner. I won. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look, what are you gonna
The fact that he is focused on winning and losing is entirely beyond the point.
do? The casino was out to get me. I was taking them for a lot of fazools. They got me. They got me last night. Okay, I accept it. I accept it. I got. Listen, I even told them on the way out. I said, you got me for 9. I got you for 61. So I won.
What's your lifetime? How much money have you put into gambling in your lifetime? And how much have you won or lost?
Had a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. This video is in no way, shape, or form financial advice. I do not condone gambling. You could definitely, if you're not responsible, you can lose all your money gambling. You could put yourself in a terrible situation. But you just, like I said, you got to leave the majority of your money in the bank when you gamble and have a bankroll that you could afford to lose. Look, believe it or not, $9,000. I know it sounds like a lot of money to a lot of you, but I could afford to lose $9,000. Guys, I still
Sounds like you're a douchebag with too much money.
have a tremendous amount of money. And I have the Cadillac Escalade. My life, the majority of my
What's the audience for his videos? I think he just likes attention. Used to be people that followed him for AMC meme stock stuff, but at this point it's a few fans left from that. And people just interested in where he's at now.
money's in the bank. That was my bankroll. I don't know if you remember this. I had $30,000. Okay. So I put right off the bat, I put $15,000 in the bank. Then there were certain things I had to pay, which I don't have to reveal everything to all of you. You know, I still have money on me, but there were just certain things. I have a housekeeper. I had to get cleaning supplies. You know, I had certain things. We're preparing for a vacation. I got the kids, clothes. I got a lot of things. Okay. We're going on a vacation, but I lost 9,000. Okay. And I could afford to lose 9. It was fine. Didn't affect my lifestyle. We're going to still have a wonderful.
You could have literally given $9,000 to like a homeless couple with a kid or something. Like, you just don't care about $9,000. You're kind of a shit person, man. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. You lost $9,000 in this economy, in this world, and you're just like, whatever. I know for you poor people it's a lot, but for me, I don't care. How can you have so little empathy? How can you have so little care for other human beings? How can you be so callous and cold? It's not right.
Time, wonderful vacation. The kids are going to have a ball. Okay. And I consider myself a winner. 5 days, I won $70,000. I lost 9. But the 61,000, in all honesty and fairness to everyone, went into the Cadillac Escalade. Okay, I mean, it's not like I didn't put that in the bank. I'm not going to lie to you. I always am transparent. That money went into the Cadillac Escalade, plus some of my own, funds, of course.
You won $61,000 and you immediately spent it on your Cadillac? Oh my god.
That said, I did very well at the casino. $70,000 in 5 days? Come on. And for all the people who don't believe it, just come with me to Caesars. Oh, they know who I am. It's like, come with me to Caesars. They say, it's you. Wow. Oh, man, did I do good at Caesars. I had a dream run at Caesars. And it was 2 days in a row, too. I'm not even telling you the other day where I think I won 20. Most of my money was won at Caesars, believe it or not. At the Trop, it did good. Maybe at the Trop was like 20,000, but like I said, they got me for 9. They kicked my ass last night. I could have did. You know what they were doing to me? They were messing with my head last night. I was, looking for 18 and 19. They hitting like 6, all the neighbor numbers. They hitting 8.
There's literally no way they could mess with your head. You're just putting chips on the same 2 spaces all night. They literally cannot mess with your head in any way that would change the game, because you're just doing the same thing. There's no decision to make. So what would it matter if they're in your head? Just keep a robot could do it. You can what do you want?
Hitting 31, but they just mess with your head. Like the ball will go into 18 and slip into 30, into 6 or.
That's not a game. That's just happening. I mean, it is a game in the sense that it's literally a game, but it's not mind games. That's just it not going the way you want it to and you getting upset. That's not mind games. You're overly invested in this.
It'll hit 19, it'll slip into 31. It was just, it was a nightmare on Elm Street last night. It's just a bad night. It was betting even, odd. I was playing big too. And that's another thing I don't think I want to do anymore. I was playing with purple chips on even. Yeah, I was playing big.
Dodger Mutt says, you know what people without a gambling addiction don't do? Spend this much time and energy explaining how they don't have a gambling addiction. Yeah.
I was playing big, $200 straight up on 18 and 19. They got me. Right, they got me. They got me one night. I'll get them again. I'll get it back.
Reminder that he has constantly begged people for donations and money so he can start his own casino. Do you guys remember that? He regularly begs people for donations and money so he can start various businesses with no actual business plan. And this is what he's doing with his money. Wow. Dodger Mutt says... Oh, I read that one. Sorry.
And if I do go back to the casino, it's still the same game plan, guys. I just get a bankroll. Like, let's say I take 10,000. If I could afford to lose 10, I could afford to lose 10. I mean, that's it. I don't take all my money to the casino. You want to hear the key? Don't take all your money to the casino. And don't put all your money in the stock market. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial...
No, don't put all your money in a single stock. His lesson is don't invest in the stock market. Not that he made a bad decision, putting all his money into one terrible stock. His lesson was the stock market is something to avoid altogether. Wow, okay, I don't really know what to do with that.
Advice. I mean, I know there
It's like these people are allergic to self-awareness.
certain safe things you could do, of course, so don't listen to me. Everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes only. But if anything is not a sure thing, there's not too many things that are sure things in this world, then just make sure you could afford to lose whatever it is that you're committing to it, Again, for entertainment purposes only. Oh.
Jesus. Okay. Real quick, I do have to use the bathroom, so we're gonna do that. While I'm gone, Chair will tell you all about, I have to take off the slip cover for this because there's boobs on it. There's not boobs on this, but on the slip cover there is. Anyway, Chair will tell you about Adam and Eve while I go and pee. Remember how, in the story of Adam and Eve, there are, cannibals and dinosaurs that attack them? The Italians got a different version of the Bible, I think. Anyway, be right back. Oh, wow. Share subs. Thank you, Nemesaur, for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Appreciate it. Appreciate you very much. You're always so generous. Thank you. People asked to see the cover. I will cover the boobs. I will cover the boobs. Yeah, that'll do it. There's the cover. It's not pornography. It's just an Italian film. Anyway. You can watch this movie on Tubi. Tubi's great. Tubi's incredible. Anyway.
I might be getting a job at GameStop. I recently got a call back from them, and actually I just got off the phone with the guy who gave me the call to set up the interview, and I guess they really want me to come in and work this job. I mean, we'll see. You know, I haven't done the interview yet, but I just wanted to make this video to just express, you know, how I feel about it, and maybe, you know, in the future, if I actually do end up working there, it'll be kind of the evolution of the channel, because I will probably make videos about working there and like my experience. And if
I would say if you started a channel talking about investing and then you lose $50,000 to $60,000 on that singular investment, and then the channel turns from a channel about talking investment and instead becomes a slice of life channel about you working for minimum wage at said company, that's more of a devolution than an evolution, I would say. I think that's a downgrade.
if possible, be able to like showcase the job on YouTube.
Wouldn't it? Oh my god, he's gonna find out how much it sucks to work at GameStop. Is he gonna, like, come on? I'm so curious, because I've heard nothing but terrible things from GameStop employees. You can go on, like, the GameStop employee subreddit or other places they gather on the internet to talk about work. It's terrible. They hate it. They treat their employees like shit. So what's gonna happen when he works at GameStop? Is he gonna realize it's shit, or is he just gonna be like, it's all for Ryan, it's fine?
And I'm very curious if the people who are hiring me know who I am, because I remember like a year or two ago there used to be some people who worked at GameStop. One of them was a lady, and I think they work at the store that I'm going to interview for. I just don't remember because it was so long ago, but yeah, I'm pretty excited.
One of them, I thought he was going to go further on that, but he literally just said one of them was a lady? Yeah, it's like half the population. What do you want, a woman working at a video game store? Are we allowed to do that?
To get a job.
I thought we had to work in the My Little Pony store.
I've been wanting to get a job for a while. I've been so bored since I haven't been live streaming as much.
I've played more video games than this guy. I promise.
And there's been nothing to talk about on the GameStop front, so we haven't been able to really like make videos talking about anything. I've just been making videos just talking basically. So I hope you guys have been enjoying these, but I'm really excited to actually like get away from my computer and go experience more of the world, even though
Oh my god, this is depressing. GameStop is more of the world? This is just the same thing you're hyper-fixated on. This isn't the world. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a job. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. It probably won't be fine.
it's just a basic, you know, corporate retail job. Well, it's not really corporate, but you know what I mean.
It is a corporation. What are you talking? GameStop is a corporation. It's a corporate retail job. What the fuck? It's literally that. What do you mean?
It's a large corporation.
Uh-huh.
You know, a retail job, it's probably not anything crazy. it'll just be nice to get away from the computer. It'll be nice to get away from, looking at the stock market every day. Yeah,
I'm so glad I'm gonna get my mind off GameStop. Oh, wait.
sure I'll still look at the stock market every day. I doubt that's ever going to stop, but it'll just be nice not having as much screen time on the computer and just as much downtime, and I'll actually be able to make money and take advantage of the stock being down because as of right
now... Oh my god, he's just gonna use his paycheck from GameStop to buy more GameStop! Oh god! Is this company script yet? I don't know. What are we... What? What is he doing?
Right now, I'm getting absolutely destroyed. I'm down so much on this GameStop investment, and I also find it curious that they're hitting me up now, like, if they would have hit me up for this interview and, like, said they wanted me to work this job a few months ago when the stock was actually up, would I feel the same way? Would I still want the job? I don't know, I think they are doing it at a very good time because, not only am I bored of what I'm currently doing, I kind of need money because I'm getting wrecked. I'm getting so wrecked. But it's,
I don't know if I'd be as jovial losing tens of thousands of dollars I can't afford to lose. This guy is an ape father. He does not have the money to lose like this.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I think
we have very different ideas of excitement.
It'll be a good evolution to the channel, and hopefully we can make some videos about it, and, maybe they'll be interesting to people, because I don't know anyone who, like, works at GameStop that...
It's gonna be interesting to me.
makes content about GameStop. So it'll be very interesting. Hopefully I don't get, like, fired or something for making content.
Yeah, if you make content about your place of work consistently, ask how that goes with Marantz. Marantz lost his job at Costco for that, so maybe don't do that.
Kind of also a worry of mine, if I start making content about the job, are they just going to fire me? Like, I hope...
Yes! Have you never had a job before? Have you not done trainings that are like, hey, don't talk about us on social media? Certainly not negatively.
I hope not, because that's a huge reason.
He'll get fired the first week for having a complete wrong idea about what the job is. I'm not sure what his job history is. He doesn't sound like he's worked retail before based on how he describes retail. He was like, it's just retail. I feel like that's a thing no one who has worked retail would say. If that makes sense. I've worked retail. It's something. It's something. Not something I'd want to do again. If I had to, I would. But, it's something.
The reason why I want to start working this job is to be able to make content around it. So not only will I be making money from the job, I'll also be able to make more money from YouTube because I'll have more things to talk about, and maybe...
Oh, honey, just because you have more things to talk about doesn't mean people are going to be interested to hear them. That's not how it works.
It'll be more interesting than just talking about what I think...
Oh, I can't wait to hear about this guy's shift at a game retailer. Did you do some pre-orders today? I bet you pushed the GameStop Pro program. Cool.
About the stock, and... because, honestly, who cares about what's happening with the stock? The stock is complete garbage right now. Your main focus should be trying to get more money to buy more shares.
The stock is garbage. I desperately need money to buy more of it. All right. We're going to consult the most accurate trading algorithm in history. Magic 8-Ball. Will this man enjoy his new job at GameStop? My reply is no. I'm not going to argue with the 8-Ball. I will not do it.
Honestly, like if you're a GameStop investor and you want to see this investment through just like I do, your highest priority should be making more money to buy more shares. This is a crazy opportunity, it seems like. And who knows how low the stock's going to go as well. So like having a consistent income, being able to buy more.
How low can it go? How low can it go?
And more if it continues to sell off, that'll be maybe super valuable, maybe not. I mean, who knows? The stock market is weird, and GameStop stock isn't doing well right now, so who knows really what's going to happen. Obviously, I still believe, and I'm going to continue to buy it and stay holding my shares, even though I'm getting fucking smoked. I still think the opportunity is there. Like, the stock price going down doesn't...
You know the shitty thing? Part of me, whenever there's someone like this, I always go, damn, I almost wish the stock would shoot up again so people like this could get out, because he's clearly just, like, ignorant and has no idea what he's doing. But at the same time, let's say the stock shot up randomly. Let's say Roaring Kitty came back and somehow it had tons of momentum. And, like, the stock went up to $100 a share. He wouldn't sell. He would say, well, no, it's on a hot streak now. I can't sell. So, he's kind of imprisoned himself.
Doesn't change my opinion because, you know, for one, I believe in the business and I think it's going to do extremely well, but my investment's based off of the next 5, 10, 20 years. So, you know, a few months of price action doesn't really matter too much. And it's only been like 2 or almost 3 years now that I've actually started it.
Correct says it's going to get lower because until RC figures out how to grow revenue, buying it at any price above BVP plus or BVPS plus EPS is dumb. Yeah, what I haven't looked at that recently. What is like the fair value of GameStop with that right now? Is it like $11 to $14 or something? Because they still do have a decent amount of cash on hand.
Invest.
Cash is cash, though, so it doesn't matter for future things. It's not being deployed right now.
So it's really it's been a long time, but it hasn't been that long, and there's been a lot of opportunity that I just didn't take advantage of. So I can't really be mad that the stock is down when in reality, like, I'd be absolutely crushing if I just traded properly and, you know, approached the stock market how I was approaching it before I became a GameStop investor. So, you know, the only person I can be mad at is...
Why does he get, like, you know what I mean? Every video is him being like, this was a bad decision, I'm gonna keep making it, but it was so bad.
Myself for just changing my strategy.
Did he get into it after everything? I don't know. I'm relatively new to this guy, so I'm not sure exactly when he bought in.
But ultimately, I still think my strategy is going to outperform everyone else. It just, how long is it?
You don't have a strategy. You don't have a strategy. You bought a single stock and you have no plan to sell it. That's not a strategy.
Going to take, you know? It doesn't really...
Oh, it's definitely sunk cost fallacy. I'm sure on some level he thinks, well, if I sell, it's going to shoot all the way up and then I'll feel like an idiot for missing MOAS or whatever.
GameStop goes up randomly a couple 100% or something, which I don't know if it's going to happen, you know, it's tough to say. It has happened in the past.
Do you understand why it happened in the past and why it won't happen again?
It's gone up a lot in the past, so...
This is the cargo cult mentality. They're aware it went up by hundreds of % before, but they don't know why, so they just think it can happen whenever, randomly, not understanding the fundamental reasons it happened in the first place and how unlikely it is for something like that to happen again. Like, it was a fluke. It was not a fundamental part of the stock. Ugh.
Future price action doesn't really dictate, or past price action doesn't really dictate the future, but in some...
Yeah, no kidding.
Some ways it can, so... We have seen GameStop go up massively.
That's a good strategy stock-wise. Past performance is indicative of future forecasts.
Before, and if it just has a massive...
I'm gonna be real. It feels so sweet yo-yoing with fingerless gloves. Holy fuck. I would've been the coolest fucking bitch in 1986. Whoosh. Whoosh.
repricing or re-rating, it's not really going to matter that the stock's not just going straight up in the meantime, because, you know, one day, 1 week, 1 month in the market could be, you know, someone's like years of gains. Anything's possible in the stock market, so we'll see. But yeah. More about the job. They want me to become like a manager, so I don't know, like,
Oh, they're desperate for people. Oh boy, you're gonna make someone a manager who maybe hasn't even worked retail before? They're hurting bad.
it's gonna be interesting. I have been like a manager before. I used to kind of manage the eBay warehouse when I worked there, and
Okay, so at least he's had some sort of job experience. That's good. Not retail, but still, something.
my very first job, I used to work at a Pizza Hut. Yes, Pizza Hut. And
Steve of the Q says, I'd say the yo-yo was an appropriate metaphor for today's topic, except the yo-yo comes back up again.
I was kind of a manager there. I pretty much just did delivery because
Kind of a manager. So not a manager. Did you tell the GameStop people you were a manager? It's GameStop. I don't care if you lie in your resume. That's just funny if it is.
I made way more money than if I was a manager or something, but I still did like some manager stuff. I took like all the classes because I was going to become a manager, and I just ended up not doing it because I was just making way more as a delivery driver and it didn't have all the responsibility. But so I've had, you know, experience.
So you weren't a manager. Oh boy.
Managing.
What was there? There was a movie recently that was so silly. What did they say? Oh, Spider-Man! Yeah, in Spider-Man Brand New Day or whatever, at one point, MJ, they're trying to deal with some science problem. I don't even remember what it was. I don't know. Let's say it's computer science. I don't remember what it was. They're like, oh, we need someone who knows computer science. And MJ is like, oh, I almost majored in that. I'll do it. So you almost majored in something, so you didn't, but you're an expert on it? That was a weird line.
But I've never really actually taken a full-on role as a manager and committed to it. Like the eBay managing, I was mostly just, you know, helping people with their listings and just checking things. Like I wasn't really like bossing people around. I was mostly just making sure they were doing their job correctly. So I guess that's managing. I don't know. But we'll see what it entails. I don't really know. Like they even on the first call, they want me to become like an assistant manager, and then 6 to 8 months from now potentially become a general manager. So I just don't know.
The turnover must be terrible if they're gonna make you a general manager in like 8 months. I don't know. That feels like they're desperate for bodies to fill stores.
What that's gonna look like, and who knows if I'll even like it, you know?
Are they just calling, like, all the employees general managers because they only have one person in the store at a time? So anyone that's there is a general manager? That would be funny.
Like, I don't know.
It's like a bullshit job title to make you okay with being the only employee at the store at any given time.
Oh, I haven't worked in a long time, so it's gonna be a big change for me.
How have you been able to not work for a long time?
You know, I've been self-employed for a long time. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited for the opportunity, and thank you to the person who gave me the opportunity. If you actually watch my videos or you've watched my stream, I don't know.
I never would have had the opportunity to work a minimum wage retail job at a strip mall.
If these people know who I am or not, but thank you if you do. I mean, I'll
base value for GME is $14.73. Okay.
Find out.
I really want Ryan Cohen to spend that money on something stupid. eBay was a good first try.
Here in about an hour or two. I'm about to go to the interview here in a little bit. It's kind of far away too. I don't really like driving, so that kind of sucks, but if
Have
the
you
job is
tried
good enough,
traveling?
maybe I can actually go through on my plan to sell my house and move closer to where I work and, invest more into the stock while it's down. The future's interesting, but also who knows, maybe I won't like it and then I'll just go back to being a bum. Like, I hope not. I hope I actually enjoy it and
How does he own a house? I almost wonder was he good at day trading before he got into GameStop? Because that would be hilarious if he sincerely was good at day trading, but gave it up to be a GameStop ape. What a story. What a story, Mark.
like stick to it, but I just don't know because a lot of the jobs I've had in the past suck, and it's not even really the job.
Maybe he inherited it. Maybe. Could have had a normal job at some point, too.
Jobs, it's usually like the people that work there, and I just don't really like.
He said he's selling. He can't sell if he's renting it or it's someone else's house.
We'll see, I can't really predict what's going to happen. I do get along with a lot of people, but sometimes, you guys have been in the streams, you guys have watched my videos. Sometimes I don't get along with people very well, so, like, I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can just make content around it, and that alone will make it worth it. But yeah, I guess we'll see.
The idea of doing a job because you might be able to get content out of it is something so foreign to my millennial brain that it makes me sad. What are you talking about? Either do the job or don't. What are you talking about?
See, I'll make another, follow-up video once I go through the interview and explain everything. So, if anyone out there is getting a job at GameStop or is thinking...
I'm sorry, are you going to say in the interview that you plan on talking about this on YouTube?
About it, maybe you'll understand the interview process a little better, and yeah, I'll just...
The interview process?
Try to give my experiences the best I can, and hopefully you guys will stick around, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let's hear him talk about the job interview, and then we'll move on to Marantz.
I just got back from my interview with GameStop, and I think it went relatively well.
And he's such a good judge of these things.
It lasted a really long time, so she didn't, try to end it early or anything, and at the end of it, she said I should hear back from them by Monday, so I think that's a good thing. Usually the interviewer doesn't tell you that you'll hear back from them, in my...
Maybe I'm just lucky, but every job interview I've ever gone to, they told me I got the job at the interview. That's just me. I don't know.
Experience, usually if they don't like you, they'll just, we'll call you if we want you, usually...
And, it feels like GameStop would be that kind of interview, where they're just basically checking, are you a crazy person? So... I don't know.
They don't tell you, yeah, you should hear back from us. I don't know. I think the interview went well, but I've done a lot of job interviews in my day, so I don't like to be too optimistic, but I feel like I crushed most...
At any entry-level job they had told you that day, yeah. If it's a more serious job that's more upper, yeah, you're gonna get rounds of interviews and stuff, but this is a job at GameStop. This isn't something that would require multiple rounds of interviews. Yeah.
Most of the questions she asked, there were a few questions related to TCGs and PSA grading, and those were really the only questions I found to be relevant. All the rest of them, were your basic normal weird interview questions that...
Oh boy, he did not do good, huh?
I have a really hard time.
This is the stuff about trading cards was the only thing I found relevant to this job. Okay, you don't understand the responsibilities of your job.
I'm answering because I haven't had a job in a really long time, so...
Oh, that's always good.
When they ask me a question about something that happened at work or something, I have to reference things from 5-10 years ago, and it's hard to remember a lot of things. You know, a lot of my work ventures have been solo, you know, doing like.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. Let's say I was someone who didn't do this for a living and I worked at GameStop. Let's say I work at GameStop. It's likely I'm at least vaguely aware of meme stock people, right? I've heard of them. Maybe a weird one's come into the store once or twice, like Marantz does. You're probably aware of it at least a little bit. And you, 5 years after the height of the meme stock thing, have a guy interview that hasn't worked for 5 years and tells you, I've just been talking about GameStop stock for 5 years. Can I work here? My reaction would be to get him out of the store as politely as possible and then hope he never comes back. Just me, though.
Like rideshare with like DoorDash and Uber Eats or Amazon Flex or selling stuff on eBay or stock trading. Like most of the ways I've made money throughout the past, 5+ years has been entrepreneurial, and it hasn't really been through a job. Like I've had a couple of jobs like the eBay, warehouse, and I actually worked at Amazon as a delivery driver. So I have had like jobs, but like being an Amazon delivery driver, you don't really do anything besides deliver Amazon packages. So it's not really relevant to like a retail job. And
does he not? It seems like he doesn't understand that even if you aren't directly doing the same thing between jobs, there are still skills that transfer, like your ability to manage your time, your ability to work self-sufficiently, to self-motivate, your ability to problem solve, your ability to work with others. Like, these are transferable skills that, depending on the jobs, are still relevant, even if you didn't do the exact same job. You still learn things as an adult working that apply to kind of all jobs broadly. Certainly the skill sets are different, but, time management and all that stuff.
I referenced the eBay warehouse.
Yeah, customer service skills.
A lot, just because... I was sort of a manager there, and...
Sort of a manager, not a manager. Assistant to the regional manager.
I helped a lot of people correct their eBay listings and learn how to list properly and quickly, so I did...
Right, that seems relevant. Cool.
Do a lot of references based on that. And yeah, but overall, I thought the interview went well. I guess we'll...
Korak says, the whole part of the interview is marketing your prior jobs and skills to the current job. Like, I can find several ways even his slouch YouTube job would work. Self-motivation, goal-oriented, absolutely.
We'll see here in...
You gotta know how to sell yourself, man.
It's only Thursday.
Even if you think you suck.
Yeah, it's only Thursday. She said I should hear back on Monday. I guess they're doing a bunch of...
That's why Hannah doesn't do interviews. Hannah Reloaded does the interviews for me, pretending to be Hannah, and then real Hannah gets the job.
Of interviews, so hopefully we
fake it till you make it, folks.
Get hired. They don't pay that much. I would say that's like my biggest complaint, is that they don't pay that much to be like a just normal associate. I think they only pay like $9 or $10 an hour or something.
Oh my god, you literally make more money panhandling. I'm not even joking. Like, $9 an hour? My Uber to get to work costs more than $9. Oh my god.
Something like that. And then an assistant manager only gets paid like $13 an hour.
Oh, I literally couldn't even, like, it would be a waste of time. I would actively be losing money.
I guess you get like...
Yeah, you could make more money working at a lot of restaurants. Like, restaurant jobs are not fun. It's not something I like, but you could make more money than GameStop.
Quarterly
especially if you were a server and get tips.
Bonuses if your store does really good, and they have decent benefits.
What are you talking about? They cut the benefits. Ryan cut the benefits.
I think I forgot to ask about this, but in the 10K.
Korak says, I get paid more than a GME assistant manager. My job is entry level. Yeah, I get paid more than them too. And I'm not just talking about this show. Of course, on this show, this is my main job. But even my part-time job I do for extra money, I make more than that. That's crazy, and I'm not a manager.
There was a...
Although my job is a little more intensive than a GameStop retail employee, but still, not by much.
A section about like an employee savings plan or something like that, where you can put up to like 40 or 60% of your paycheck into GameStop shares. I forgot.
That's the ultimate end game for GameStop. They're just going to recruit all the GME apes into working at the stores, and they'll get paid in GameStop stock. Good.
Forgot to ask about that, but I'm definitely going to go back to the 10K and review that. So, you know, if I do get the job, I want most of my money to go into GameStop shares, and like might as well. That's where all the money's going to go anyway. So, you know, if getting paid,
you know, it doesn't have to, right? You're talking as if this is an inevitability. You can stop at any time.
Paid through GameStop shares by like with like half of my check prevents me from paying, you know, a lot in taxes. I think that's super beneficial. But we'll see. You know, I don't really know what the future holds. I think the interview went well. It seemed like the GM there at that GameStop liked me. We had a good time. Some random lady came up and like was complimenting my hair. She's like, "Oh, your hair is so amazing." And she was like telling the GM that she looked like some lady off the show, and it was just so funny. Me and the interview, or the GM, were just laughing. So we had a good time, and it was a good interview. I feel like I'm gonna get hired, but ultimately, who knows, man? Who knows? I guess you also get like discounts through GameStop, but I don't know how beneficial that is, because a lot of the products through GameStop are kind of overpriced. So I don't know how like huge of a benefit that is. And I guess you can become a GM relatively quickly. Like if I can get in the door and
That's a red flag. That's a red flag for the company. The turnover is abysmal.
Become an assistant manager. And
Chitara says, if most of his money goes into GME, how does he expect to pay bills? I make just enough to get by, and I couldn't imagine losing 40% of my check on top of what's already taken out for health insurance in my 401k. I have no idea.
You know, do the training and get in that role, and doing that role properly and well. I think I could become a GM within, you know, sometime in next year.
If there was a Big Lebowski 2, this is what his kid would look like. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a younger dude. He's the dude's son that unfortunately got wrapped up in Finbro bullshit. And the dude has to save his son, who has been kidnapped by... that has been kidnapped by some weird group that wants to steal some of his GameStop NFTs. Get Jeff Bridges on the phone. That's my pitch for The Big Lebowski 2. I'm as good as the Coens, right? That's fine.
Maybe even earlier into the year, but we'll see, man. I mean, we'll see if they even call me back. Like I said, I try not to be too optimistic about things, because most things never go my way, but I don't know. I think it'll be a good job. It seemed like the GM, I asked her if she loved her job, and she says it's like just her life now, and that's kind of where I want to get to.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God, imagine that being aspirational to you. You hear an overworked, underpaid manager say that their retail game pawn shop job has become their whole life, and you view that as a goal? Some people are truly bereft of, like, meaning sometimes. It makes me so sad. They can't find meaning outside of this kind of stuff. It's, like, fetishistic almost. It's like they're lacking something, so they have to build this stand-in to borderline worship to give themselves meaning.
I just want to have a career that I can just focus on. Like, I still want to make YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I don't know if YouTube's ever going to be a thing that brings in enough money that I can just do it and not have a job.
Probably not. That's very rare.
You know, if GameStop stock ever works
I've been very lucky in my life.
out, maybe.
And I have such a great audience. Thank you all.
But I think that's just going to be short-lived, you know? Everyone's going to be excited for like a month or two, and then everyone's going to lose all their money. Like, if GameStop squeezes again, that's literally what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be excited, and then they're going to all FOMO in, and then they're going to lose all their money, and then it's going to, you know, come back to where we're at now, where nobody really cares, and a lot of the long-term GameStop investors are actually selling out and quitting because they're paper-handed little pussies. No, just kidding.
Or they recognized that their cost is sunk enough, and they'd like to start living their life outside of the financial cult.
Like, it is what it is, you know? Like, if you didn't believe in the investment, I don't know why you talked such a large talk.
Man, it's almost like we were all hyping each other up to try and get another pump and dump. Crazy.
That you were, you know, a GameStop investor and you believed in it.
Also, the idea that you can't reassess your investments as new information comes to light is pretty telling as well. Yeah, positions are tentative. If you're invested in something and things change, and it's no longer something that you view as a good investment, you should sell it. Yeah.
Because I'm down, what, $60,000-$70,000 at this point?
I could pay off my house with that. And he's just like, whatever.
In unrealized losses. And I still believe in the investment. I believe in it so much I'm actually going to get a job at the company. So
totally unrelated. Makes no sense.
I don't know, like, well, maybe, you know, we'll see if we actually get the job. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get it. Like, that interview went so well. That was probably one of the better interviews I've done in my job search. You know, the times I have searched and interviewed for jobs. So
am I still renting? Yes.
I think I'm gonna get it, but who knows, man. I just think based off of my experience alone with like eBay and you know, the amount I know about TCGs and gaming and GameStop's business in general, like, I probably know more about GameStop's business than the actual, like, general manager of the store.
You should definitely express that to her. I hope you expressed that in the interview.
You know, like, I don't know how to, like, run the store. You know, I've never done that. But as far as, like,
I know a lot of memes, though, so I'm probably better at this job than you.
Like, the business and the corporation, I probably know more about it than most people. So
yeah, and that's gonna have zero relevance to your day-to-day work at the job. So
ultimately, like, I think I'm a good hire for them, but I guess we'll see if she feels the same way. You know, maybe they interview someone who they think is better than me. Like, I don't know, man. I haven't had a job in so long.
There's actually 7 other guys who look like they're from the Geico Caveman commercials also interviewing for GameStop today. They all come from Central Casting. I don't know where they get them all.
And I haven't done a job interview in quite a while, so I don't know, like, if, you know, they got the same feeling as I did. Like, I thought the interview went well, but maybe they feel differently. I don't know. We were laughing and having a good time, and I just thought it was a good interview. That's all I can really say about it. So I guess we'll see. I will make a follow-up video whenever they call me back if they call me back, and even if they call me back and tell me they didn't hire me, you know, I'll make a video talking about it. So
This is like, this would be like if I went to my, like, there's a Blu-ray store, not just Blu-rays. Around me, there's a store that sells a lot of things, used video games, lots of movies, used movies and stuff. This would be like if I went in there and I was like, excuse me, can I see the manager? I actually own like 4,000 movies, so I know more about this than you. I would like a job, please. It's not how it works. All right. Do we do Marantz? Let's do Marantz. God damn it. This is from 20 hours ago. Jitara says, oh great, he's got a pulse, has basic language skills, and reeks of desperation. He's perfect! Retail hiring managers. Oof, true.
Welcome back to Marantz Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Very serious tonight, sure. Very stoic, is that what you said to me? Don't be using big words around me. I don't know what they mean. No, we're going to keep very germane on this topic. Do you know what that means? When I say we're going to be very germane, that means we're going to be right on topic. We're not going to be off topic. We're going to talk about GameStop tonight. Great investment, I know. Bored out of your minds, I know. You hear about it every night for 5 years, I know. I don't care. Hi. You know what's pretty particular about today? I saw in the market today, and I don't know if you guys
Peculiar?
got the headlines, but Walmart came out with their numbers, and they were actually decent numbers. The only difference with Walmart, they gave forward guidance and outlook for the third quarter. The third quarter is typically the smallest, lowest quarter for any retail company. It's the ramp up.
I thought it was usually Q1 because it's right after the holidays. I don't know. Korax, is he correct?
For Christmas, right? That fourth quarter. What happens is you increase your inventory, you're sitting on it. Logistically, it ties up everything you do, whether it be deliveries and
Forward guidance, that thing GME doesn't do. It's okay, he gives forward guidance to eBay shareholders, so that's good.
or holding the product itself, because you try to get the product early. A lot of people know these tactics in retail. The tactics are to get the product out there first. And it's not that you're trying to be a season ahead. It's because you're trying to get the early sales. So right now you should be seeing Halloween costumes. You guys should be seeing Christmas stuff by next month. Everyone's going to be way ahead because they can get the early sales. And then, of course, they're still going to get the seasonality sales that are built within it. Walmart came out and said, hey, we're going to shit the bed third quarter. You know what Walmart did? Dropped 10% today, guys. When the world's largest retail store in the world, everything in the history of the planet, Walmart said, we're not going to do it. This is a problem. That means they understand that people are stretched on debt. The money's not there. The dollar's not there. The strength of the dollar's not there. The borrowed dollars are drying up. And why? High interest payments. For everyone out there, these I don't know why people think these interest rates would never take a toll on America, but look at us. Well, look at you. I don't know about me. I'm fine. I'm not drowning just yet. I've learned to navigate and live this world. Trust me. I wish, guys, I wish I had it in me to just go dump down thousands and thousands of dollars on GameStop and then look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I'm out of time and I need this money back. That's not the way I live my life. I'm so slow and methodical about it. I go through it and I go,
5 years so far, Marantz. 5 years so far. Pretty slow.
okay, I can buy one share today. Why? Because you never know. You never know how many flat tires you're going to get. You never know when your transmission's going to go out. You never know when life's going to hit you. And you know what, guys? You want to be prepared for it. So let me be the poster child that embodies that. I mean, that's what I've been doing. And yet you're going to judge investors and people on YouTube and be like, you don't invest enough. Let me tell you, I'm investing more than I can afford.
Who brags about that? Guys, listen to my financial show. I overextend myself consistently.
And why is that? Because I'm not going to go ahead and put myself anywhere near those thresholds. I'm just not. My
Morantz could literally have put the money he put into GameStop in like the lowest yield savings account he could find, and he still would have made more money because he is actively negative at this point and has been for most of his trading career on GameStop.
I gotta take this one. Damn it.
His poor wife. I'm gonna be real. If she's stayed through all this, some of this is on her. She's also making choices.
I'm gonna take this.
I'm busy. Oh no, I can't. Damn it. I could read a little bit. Hold on. I'm busy. Oh, no, No, I couldn't catch it too fast. Nope. All right, bye.
All right, we're back. Hey, guys, you know what? When duty calls, I answer. I might be Batman. Okay, listen, here's what I'm telling you. If you've been...
Batman has a signal. Oh, no, he did have a phone in the 60s. Morantz is old.
Been careful this whole time. You've been protecting yourself.
I'm sorry. I like 60s Batman. Why am I a bitch?
Great. I know. Things get a little murky. I'm cutting into something. I'm cutting into my savings. I'm cutting into that cash flow. Relax. You can get it back. You can out-earn it. You can just get back out there and ride the horse again. Stop digging holes deep. Stop taking on more debt. Don't do what America's doing. Holy shit, guys. But Walmart is the indicator. Now, the last time Walmart dropped 10% in a day like it did today was in 2022. We know in 2022 there was a recession that the government did not name. The Fed didn't say it. The administration didn't say it. And it was all...
Does he know what a recession is?
All because you were in midterm election.
Recession has a specific definition, which was not met. It's not a vibe. I understand people are doing bad economically then and worse now, in many cases. I understand. But a recession is a specific number of quarters of loss on the stock market. It's not a vibe. You can't just be like, oh, everything's really hard. It's a recession. I understand colloquially a lot of people use it that way, but that's not what that means.
With the Biden administration. We get it. You don't want to say it was a recession, but I saw the S&P retract 20%. Therefore, it's a recession. Statistically.
No, that's not what that means.
Good. The time before that Walmart dropped 10% was 2018. So for Walmart to drop double digits in a single day, it tells you it's not looking pretty because 2018 was the telltale sign.
Can you just talk about GameStop, man? I do not care what you think about Walmart.
Signs of 2019. If you don't know what's happened in 2019, they were ramping up for all destruction. Every private equity company, all the market was, and then of course magically something it just appeared out of nowhere. There was this thing going around. Let's shut it all down. Let's not put the blame where it needs to be. You know, things happen. Dot-com bubble comes before the crash. All of it's going down. There's these buildings that get demolition. You know, the demolition of these 2-3 buildings. I don't know. Financial crisis is coming. Change, and Bernie Madoff.
Fucking what?
You guys can give it to me any way you want. I know how to read past headlines.
What does he even mean by that?
Do you? Good. Let's give you more. And more, I'm going to go over here and close out the chat because I'll keep reading your guys' chat all night and I'll just be going that route.
What?
The next headline for you guys is going to be Bitcoin. I actually have it here. I have Bitcoin right here. You guys, I've had this trend line on Bitcoin for the last, I don't even know. I made this like a year ago, 2 years ago. This trend line stems from the top of Bitcoin way over here in 2017 when the institutions bought it all. Over here, when they got all of retail to buy in and pour it up, touch the top, and then it kept the same trend line all the way through here. So are we headed back towards the top of this trend line? You better hope that we're not. You better hope that we're not. And I'll tell you why, guys, because I looked at this.
I like that Morantz's version of TA never involves, like, actual material conditions that are going to affect the company and are always like, well, this line looks like this, and that's going to make this pattern because vibes. Like, if all things were equal, certainly there's patterns that you can, like, get in trading and understand how human behavior and algorithmic behavior, like, to an extent, what it might do. But, like, all things aren't equal. You know what I mean? There's real world events and things that go into the stock price, not just vibes.
And maybe you guys can see the similarities. You see this M right here? This M
I see two spikes.
with an arm and then a drop off and then a complete rebound. And then I saw an M. I saw the
Yeah, this is just apophenia. this is apophenia disguised as analysis. What the fuck?
same thing. I was like, do we do it the same exact thing almost? I mean, it's close, right? Then you have this.
No!
So you have a drop off. That's the drop off. And then push sideways. Okay, cool. And now are we gaining now? Are we ready to run with it? I mean, it looks pretty good, right? 74,000. You know what's wild to me about the whole thing, Bitcoin, is why Bitcoin, you know, this thing about the treasuries. I talked about it yesterday. I told you guys, Scott Bessick.
Oh, that was about Bitcoin? I thought he was still talking about Walmart. Bitcoin is all vibes, so...
Sometimes he can buy $4 billion worth of U.S. treasuries, and then next thing you know, I get the headline to this morning. He thinks he's going to buy more. He's like, oh, maybe $4 billion is not enough. Maybe we need to buy more. Guys, circular finance within our own Treasury Department. That's a problem. The other big telltale sign for me is the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Bill Pulte is hinting that they're figuring it out how they're going to go back to being public. Being
Oh my god.
under conservatorship and not really allowing the public to be, you know, invested with those companies.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, it went really well the last time. It's not like they play an important role in stabilizing the housing market. Let's reintroduce the shareholder value back into this equation. That's good. That's good.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, if they go public, again, open up the gates, this is my ultimate sign that this thing's coming down to the ground. Because that means they're just trying to make a mad dash for anything and do liquidity for whomever who wants to transfer out. I don't really have a bone to pick with anybody because I don't care. I don't care what they deploy. I don't care if they tell me, like Elon Musk, in 10 years, SpaceLink or whatever the hell it's called, Starlink, is going to be the #1 internet provider in the whole world. Okay. What are you telling me? Are you telling me you're a $2 trillion company? Because that's the valuation you're looking for, and I don't see it. Verizon, AT&T.
So it's good to be skeptical of Elon Musk. He's a bullshitter and a terrible person. But why don't you have that same skepticism for Ryan Cohen or any of your own bizarre conspiracy theories about the whole situation? So here's how selective he is. Motivated reasoning is just a real bitch.
Spectrum, if I put them all together, what are they worth? Not $2 trillion. You must be getting paid for something else, Elon. Were you going to charge more? No. Not more revenue, just more. Okay, got it.
Yeah, Tesla's also priced ridiculously too. It's overinflated. It's basically a meme stock.
Why not make it free? Bitcoin goes up, GameStop goes down. Bitcoin goes down, GameStop goes down. eBay goes up, GameStop goes down. eBay goes down, GameStop goes down.
We saw this clip
GameStop's
earlier.
earnings go up, GameStop goes down. GameStop's revenue goes down, or up, or down. GameStop goes down. Ryan Cohen announces accusation, he acquiring eBay. GameStop goes down. eBay goes up in value. GameStop goes down.
Sounded like this GameStop isn't a very good investment. Good advice, Marantz.
We own it, 10%. Doesn't matter. GameStop goes down.
Starting to think GameStop might not be a good investment, guys.
GameStop record breaking, all of it, every damn variable. GameStop goes down. GameStop's at the lowest price it's been in 2 years. Copy. And their profits and all their margins the highest it's been in the history of the company.
Is that true if you factor in inflation? Because I kind of doubt it. Because they were huge back in the generation that was like the Wii, the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3. They were huge. They were making tons of money. They might be making more money now with inflation, but if you adjust for it, I'm kind of doubting that. Oh, wait, they have billions of dollars they're putting into T-bills, too. That probably helps. The apes gave them a lot of money for that.
The stock price is low. Thank you. Do I sound annoyed? No. No, what I am, well, I'm a little annoyed.
Jimbo says, I don't know, Hannah, now seems to be the best time to buy GameStop. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea, but I could always use more content, so feel free.
But it's not what you think. I'm not annoyed about the price. I'm annoyed about me. I wish I had more. I wish I could go more. You know, I was listening to Warren Buffett today. Thanks to our Discord's dynamite, by the way. That's what our Discord says.
If your stock goes down 10% and that upsets you, it obviously means that you think the market knows more about the company than you do. And in that case, you're the patsy. If it goes down 10% and you want to buy more because you know the business is worth just as much as when you bought it before, or perhaps a little bit more with the passage of time, so you buy more, they're the patsy.
All right. Here's the difference between you, Marantz, and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a good investor. And he's rational. You are not. You are engaging in gambling addiction and motivated reasoning, so your observations and conclusions are askew. Because you are behaving irrationally, this does not apply to you. Glad I could help.
Yep. Thank you, Warren. Absolutely. When the stock price goes down 10%, you buy more.
Yeah, when Enron was dropping, I was like, fuck yeah, give me more.
Why? Because you...
Also, look how this worked out for the Bed Bath people, Marantz. You shit talk PP all the time, rightfully so. PP's a piece of shit. But you're doing the same thought process. This is what caused them to buy all the way into cancellation. You're gonna get there, Marantz, I'm telling you.
You know your company better.
Might take 15, 20 years, but it'll get there.
Than they do. Every single one of you in this channel, all of you, Team 51, good evening, how you doing? All of you Team 51 guys and girls, you guys know GameStop better than Wall Street.
Team 51 is like, it's a thing with him and his Discord and everything. His fans.
That's it. The price comes down, you guys start salivating. The price comes down, and you guys start saying, how can I get more? Don't worry. Ryan Cohen's buying more, too. Every dollar earmarked for eBay is a GameStop dollar. No, speaking of those dollars, Ryan owns a significant amount of eBay.
I think just under the... Wait, is it just under the amount where he would need to give a large notice? Or no? Because aren't they just under 10%? Or did they exercise enough that they're over 10%? I thought for some reason that over 10% for eBay, they had to declare it quite a bit before. Maybe it was 15. Just under?
And now eBay's at a catch.
They're basically breaking even right now. They had, on the last earnings report, counted the eBay stuff as unrealized gains. As of right now, it's no longer an unrealized gain. It's about break even, might be a little bit of a gain. Might turn into an unrealized loss. Here's hoping. Sorry for eBay. I do like eBay. I don't have anything against eBay. But I really don't like GameStop, so...
22. Ryan Cohen announces how much he owns, and they announce they're doing share buyback.
You have to declare at 5 and 10?
Can they keep buying back these shares under 125? At what point do the stockholders go, wait a minute, why do you guys keep buying back the float and increasing GameStop's ownership when they just said they would buy it for 125 and you keep buying it for 101? eBay, get it together. You guys are really trying to push a price up? You think you're going to get more of a demand? You think by paying Wedbush and Bank of America and Wells Fargo and any other institution, you pay them to give you a rating and a price increase and an option to buy, and here you are telling me that that's all beneficial for you, the shareholder? No. You're trying to damage GameStop. I know.
Everything's about you, Marantz, isn't it? Everyone's out to get you. Everyone's out to get GameStop. Crazy.
It's all about GameStop, guys.
He's just a perpetual victim. He's a perpetual victim and never of his own choices. It's always someone else's fault.
Just for you GameStop investors, I want you guys to have the ego of Kanye West.
Yeah, and when did that ever go wrong for Kanye, right?
I want you guys to
Oh, no.
understand that the world is against you and everybody's evil.
Hold on, I gotta get that sound clip. Holy shit.
World is of the ego
That's so fucking good. Everyone quiet.
of Kanye West. I want you guys to understand that the world is against you and everybody's evil. When it comes to GameStop, they're all against you. You want to prove me wrong?
The whole world is evil and everyone's against you. I hate the Supreme Court. Why is Marantz just doing what sounds like John Waters dialogue now?
Show me. Show me someone that's signing their name to the dotted line.
Kill everyone now! Eat shit! Filter my politics! Filth is my life! Take anything that you like!
I'll wait for the co-signer. Charles Gasparino. What does he do? He tweets today. I thought GameStop would be at 70 by now. What's going on? All right, fuckface. I got something for you, little
Now this is a meltdown! Woo!
midget.
Don't say that word, Marantz. Don't say that word. It is not the preferred nomenclature this decade or last decade, or maybe even the decade before. Let's,
We're going to be there. We're going to be so far there. Guys, we are different. I have not seen one person co-sign to GameStop. Not one. Who, Michael Burry? The guy who did this shit for more subscribers and then boned out the minute. Oh.
boned out. That's a new one for me. He boned out? All right.
They're thinking about buying something. No, I don't want to be a part of this. No, you're a bitch. Not going to get any cosign from me.
He's big mad. This is one of the reasons I'm fascinated by delusional and crazy people, by the way. I think in words. All the time. All the time. I have thought all the words. Everything is so cliche, and I can predict everything everyone's gonna say, like when they start saying it, because everything's so cliche and derivative. But you know what happens about crazy people? You never know what they're gonna say. It's always new. It's novel. It's beautiful. I'm like Sherlock Holmes with cocaine. I just need it to stimulate me in some way, otherwise I get terribly bored.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm self-anointed. There's going to be a day where they're going to come asking for my opinion. Oh, you don't think so? Marantz, how did you figure this out? Marantz, what made you...
Oh no!
How'd you get...
Oh no, he's already doing fantasy situations in his head where everyone claps and he gets to say, I told you so, and everyone's like, wow, Marantz, you were so right! That Hannah lady on the internet was such a stupid bitch! You're so good! You're not humiliating yourself on the internet at all!
Through the times. How'd you get through the winters?
How'd you get through the winters? Marantz. You are talking about investing in a video game pawn shop. You are not the Donner Party. Calm down. You are being absolutely hysterical.
What do you mean? I only had one choice. You see, in life, you only get so many choices for a great investment.
Why have you missed all of them?
And when you see it and you understand it and you eat, sleep, and breathe it, you don't let it pass you by.
A lot of people gotten rich on their best idea. Omission is way bigger than commission. There's big.
I'm sorry, are we using Buffett as like a religious figure now, where you're just gonna vibe things out and play quotes that make you feel good or make you feel like you're doing the same thing as Warren Buffett when you are absolutely not? I think you've gone against every piece of advice he's ever given.
Opportunities in life have to be seized. We don't do very many things, but when we get the chance to do something that's right and big, we've got to do it. And even to do it in a small scale is just as big a mistake almost as not doing it at all. I mean, you've really got to grab them when they come, and because you're not going to get 500 great opportunities. You would be better off if when you got out of school here, you got a punch card with 20 punches on it. And every financial decision you made, you used up a punch.
Does he think sitting here and just being like, yes, this makes him like wise? Like he is, it's like he's, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's like he's connecting with Warren Buffett spiritually. There's another word I'm thinking of. Communing. It's like he's communing with the spirit of Warren Buffett. Like if we all just go in and we breathe in the fumes, we too can commune with the market.
You'd get very rich because you'd think through very hard each one. I mean, you went to a cocktail party and somebody talked about a company you didn't even understand what they did or couldn't pronounce the name, but they made some money last week and another one like it.
Oh yeah, Buffett's still alive.
You wouldn't buy it if you only had 20 punches.
I'm not saying he's dead. I'm just saying it feels like he's doing this.
Card. There's a temptation to dabble, if particularly during bull markets. In stocks, it's so easy. You know, it's easier now than ever because you can do it online. You know, just you click it in and maybe it goes up a point and you get excited about that and you buy another one the next day and so on. You can't make any money over time doing that. But
is Morantz going to ignore that? Because that's literally what he's doing, is buying a share every day. He's playing this clip and it literally disagrees with his strategy.
If you had a punch card with only 20 punches, you weren't going to get another one the rest of your life, you would think a long time before every investment.
Can one channel a still living person? No, but you can't channel dead people either, so.
Decision. And you would make good ones and you'd make big ones. And you probably wouldn't even use all 20 punches in your lifetime, but you wouldn't need to. Yep.
You hear that? I'm standing here with the punch card and I only have one hole in it.
You heard it here first. Morantz only has one hole.
I'm resetting my life. I have a midlife crisis. No, I didn't go get the Corvette. No, I didn't get the 20-year-old wife.
You tried. Remember when your wife was super upset and you had to go live with your parents for a while because you were giving those gifts to that, what was she? How old was that girl that he was mentoring? How old was she? I don't even remember. Way too young. Like half as... What? 17? Holy shit, yeah! You weren't going for a 20-year-old, Morantz. You were going for a 17-year-old. Can't even cross state lines together, you sick fuck. What the fuck?
No, I took a couple of extra thousands. What, 60 grand? That's it? It's just enough just to get me excited? Throw it into GameStop, see what happens? What's going to happen here? Oh, wait a minute. I did a lot more research than that.
Illegally young? Federally. Federally, I believe that's legal, and it depends on the state. So you can't cross state lines, is my understanding, but there are states where the legal age is 16. So within that state, I believe it would be legal. Still disgusting, Morantz. Still fucking disgusting, you nasty bitch. But I don't think it would be illegal until they cross state lines, or if they're already in a state where that's not legal.
And I've been doing the research for years, so I'm pretty confident with what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you guys something. Something you won't hear other places or you won't understand. There's companies out here, there are people out here that have ideas. And their ideas are not their own. They can develop a company with the idea of, hey, there's a problem and I want to solve it. And how you go about solving it leads you to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you just don't know how it's going to happen. But the idea is not to create a product and then try to sell it to people. Let the people determine the product you choose to sell. You don't have to force a square and a circle peg. It doesn't work that way.
I don't even understand what he's talking about. Like, I understand what he is saying, but in relation to what? How is this relating to what you're talking about?
I think about Apple a lot.
Okay. Oh, is he going to talk about the stupid headset things?
Apple did this back in the day. Apple had these great ideas, and they say, you know, we're going to make this, make that, and then we're going to find somebody who likes it. We're going to put different colors on them. We're going to do it. And you know, they were like, what? Nobody's buying it. Nobody cares.
What? It sounds like he's more describing very successful years of Apple, like when Steve Jobs was alive and, you know, a little bit after that. Like, what are you talking about?
The software means...
Like, Apple was very, very popular until, like, after that stuff. They were building, you know, the iPod, personal computers that people really liked, like in the early 2000s. The iMacs and stuff were pretty big at the time. Of course, the iPod turned into the iPhone and the iPad. They basically developed... They didn't invent the smartphone, they didn't invent the tablet, but they are popularizers that helped get these technologies adopted by standardizing and simplifying UIs and everything so that a general audience, that a general consumer can easily understand and use the product. Again, in like the 2000s to like 2015 at least, I don't know the exact, I don't keep track of Apple, but I'm just thinking in terms of cultural relevancy. Like, they were doing really strong. What are you talking about? Isn't it still one of, like, the most profitable companies in the world, by the way? Ryan Cohen is invested in Apple. That's one of the ways he makes money, is he has shares where he gets dividends on Apple. I think he has, like, preferred shares or something. Like, a lot.
Means nothing. The hardware means nothing. Now we need to become practical. What's going to improve people's life? That's a product you want to sell. But the people will tell you the product. Shall I go on?
You're literally just saying the customer is always right in matters of taste. That's all you're saying. See, I said it shorter. You don't have to opine for an hour.
Shall we look at GameStop? You're looking at a product, power packs, and people keep talking about...
I'm sorry, I just got a job offer from Indeed to QA test an MMO. I'm good.
Pokemon.
I do not like MMOs. Yeah, I really would not like that job.
Cards. Not understanding that over the last 20 years, if you want to get a card graded, you had to know someone who knew someone. You had to submit mass submissions, and you had to be in the business of doing so. And then out of nowhere, overnight, it was like, hey, if you got a card, you can take it down and get it graded. You're in the hobby. And isn't it awesome that
the obsession with grading cards disgusts me, by the way.
Individuals in the hobby today...
Like, if you have a specific special card that you love and you want to get protected and you want it slabbed, that's fine. I understand that. But if you're like the kind of person that like goes out of their way to just slab tons of cards because you think they're going to be worth something someday or whatever, it's so silly and stupid.
Are the same individuals that grew up in it but didn't have the money for it. My dad taught me this one. My dad said, hey, remember when you were growing up and you wanted some candy? I said, yeah, I remember. You'd go to the store and you were 14, 15 years old, and you'd say, hey, I just want that Snickers bar, but you didn't have the money for it? I said, yeah. He goes, do you want a Snickers bar now? I said, no. It's just too much chocolate. It's gross. It's disgusting. He goes, yeah, but you can buy the whole box.
What is this? What?
Blew my mind. Because when I was growing up, we couldn't afford Upper Deck cards, Pinnacle cards, Leaf. Oh, those were the top brands when I was growing up. All we could afford was Score, Topps, Bowman, maybe Don Russ if we're lucky. Now look at us.
Is he high? I have no idea. He is acting weird. Like, even by his normal standards, I feel like he's acting a little weird.
We can buy the whole damn gauntlet.
Now you're craving a Snickers bar? Snickers are okay. I think my go-to is Reese's, candy bars and candy stuff. Reese's, Kit Kats, Three Musketeers, Crunch Bars, Bueno, normal Nestle chocolate. I think that's about it.
What
Butterfingers are okay.
resonates with us, the consumer, the guys with the money, hi, we're the
Try Milka, they have them at the World Market. Okay.
ones.
Peanut butter Twix were good. Agreed.
That's why this is working. GameStop made a product, and the people walk to it.
By the way, peanut butter Kit Kats. I got some Japanese Kit Kats, and one of them was peanut butter. Would absolutely recommend peanut butter Kit Kat. Oh my god, I can't believe they don't do it in America. It's so good.
They didn't have to walk the people to it. It's totally different, guys. It's totally different. When you guys have a great idea, and then you say, well, I got to promote it, I got to sell it, I got to walk it. You got to do all that? Cool. Not GameStop. They have a great idea. They built it and they figured it out. What's going to be consumer friendly? How's it all going to work out? The back end and the front end. This is where we're at. And then they got great. Because you know what they did. This is what GameStop did that no other company.
Does he think if he like, I guess I'm thinking to myself when I watch Morantz, what is he doing? Who is this for? What is this? He's not even giving actionable advice other than buy GameStop and don't sell. It's all he's been saying effectively for 5 years, and then he spins narratives on top of that to justify that thing. In his head, does he think he's manifesting? Like, does he think if he spins a good enough story, if he really does just like a pitch for the angels, you know? He thinks that that'll make the stock price go up? What is he doing? What is he getting out of this? Is he convincing himself? Is he convincing his audience? Both? What is he getting from this?
This is why they're so successful. You're going to love this, but maybe you're not. Maybe you don't understand the analogies, or maybe you guys don't understand anything.
Oh no, he's going to do math. Oh wait, maybe not. It's dots. Oh wait, are they sixes?
Everybody knows this. This is an exercise because they ask you to draw 4 lines to go through every single dot. You can't lift your pen. How do you draw 4 lines to go through every dot? You can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. You didn't get through the center dot. I don't want them to look like 6s. So, you got to draw 4 lines. What do? You go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody knows this. We learned this in middle school and high school.
I didn't.
But what is the practice? What does it really mean?
What does it mean? Like, sure, you need to come up with, like, novel solutions to problems that you wouldn't necessarily think immediately. I get that as like, a moral of the exercise. Yeah, you have to think outside of the box. I get it. Is that all you're saying, Marantz? You did this whole thing to just say you gotta think outside of the box. That's your advice? That's your thought? Why are you wasting our time? You could have just said, you gotta think outside the box. But I assume in Morantz's head, he's like, well, that's cliche and boring. Okay, you just did the cliche boring thing, but with more words. I'm waiting for him to get to one that's like, just do it. GameStop, just do it.
Anybody?
GameStop, it's in the game.
It means what Ricky B. Loco is telling you. You must think outside the box.
GameStop, the breakfast of champions. Angel of the Grove with 18 months says, babies do, also child support for the other one. The check is lost in the mail. This sub baby is going to be named, Marantz Pants. Marantz Pants. It's Marantz's pants.
You must not operate off of the parameters that society and people give you.
To be clear, it is also a human baby and in terrible pain because it was born in the shape of pants.
You interpret it the wrong way. Say, okay. Marantz, give me an example. I said, okay. Once heard a man walk up and he goes, can I kiss you? What do you say? Some people, hell no. What do we say?
Is Marantz about to come out as bisexual? Let's go. Yeah, sure. Let's hear his bi-curious fantasies. Why not? I've thought about his mentality enough. Let's get into it. Fuck it. Full Freud. Let's go.
Hell no.
I don't even need a couch. They just upload videos. Wish I had a cocaine addiction.
What do we say? Yes. Right on my ass.
It's so good. He thinks it's so good. All right.
You get it now?
No, I do not.
You guys are thinking he meant to kiss me here. You guys aren't thinking.
Oh, don't explain it now. No. It's going to make it worse. We understand. It's just not good.
What exactly do those words mean?
You want someone to kiss your butt?
So,
I get it. You're telling them to fuck off. I understand.
Oh. When someone says GameStop's the best company in the world.
Insert clip here of Alex Jones being like, I'll eat your ass. I'll eat that ass. The Onion should pay me to come and reveal that actually Alex Jones didn't die. Alex Jones' head didn't explode. That was a further conspiracy, and he actually just transitioned, and I'm Alex Jones. I'm Alexa Jones. The frogs!
It's the best investment in the world. What are they thinking? They're thinking about return on investment.
Oh, random hype train. If you want to help out the hype train, you can always use bits or subs or gift subs.
Year, right now. Because that's how they measure. You're thinking too small. Best investment outside of the S&P 500, best investment, safest investment
None of those things are true.
for the cash and the assets they carry versus the current ratio.
Okay, a box full of cash is worth the cash. So, I don't know if you know what the stock market is. It's not people speculating going, boy, that sure is a pile of cash. I will invest in that pile of cash, doing nothing. No, they invest in businesses with plans for growth and higher profitability to turn a pile of cash into a bigger pile of cash.
It's the strongest thing, right? Look at the bonds themselves. They hold up over 98%. This is a really strong company. The book value is trading at 1. Oh, that's super strong, guys. Let me tell you why, because that means they're undervalued. They're not extended at all. They haven't borrowed enough money against the book, period. All those dollars.
Clip provided, thank you.
I'll eat your ass. I will eat your ass.
I'll eat your ass. I will eat your ass. See? I'm pretty good.
I will eat your ass first. I will eat your ass.
I'm no Tim Heidecker, but still. Call me Tim Onion. All right.
That they're getting 0%
Tea Time Tea. Thanks for gifting a sub.
coupon on a bond, they already have the cash for it. So are you understanding? They also have the shares for it. They're not leveraged at all. That's worth more. That's worth more money than what Wall Street will ever give it. Can I give you an example about yourself? You go to your employer and you say, hey, I want to make $150,000 a year. I want to make $250,000 a year. The first question I ask,
How's that worked out? You lost your job at Costco, and I know what you do for a living now, and it does not pay $250,000 a year, so that's a lie.
how much is that? How much is that? How much is that a week? You can't tell me? You can't tell me how much that is on a 2-week paycheck? Well, then that means you've never made it before. Why are you asking for something you've never made? Oh, just pie in the sky? So you can't tell me that you want to make that when you've never done it. And why have you never done it? Because you never worked hard enough to make it, to warrant it. I got that. We got that out of the way? Good. Let's get to the next part. What are you really worth? I'm sure you're worth more than what they're telling you you're worth.
This is just a dog shit motivational speech. Like, this is like your work or your college or something brought in a motivational speaker, but they suck ass and they're just yelling shit at you. Don Beveridge, like Don Beveridge.
Worth?
Push the Whopper button!
Maybe to yourself.
You forgot what's he do. What he does isn't necessarily public, so I'll just keep it a mystery. I don't need to dox that. It's appeared in videos before because he was on video near his work video, but I'm not going to repeat it. Minute left in the hype train.
But think about it in business, guys, in value. I'm sitting here and people tell me what they want to make. They don't want to tell me how they're going to get it. I go, you know what? Oh, you want to make that? You, Wall Street? You, doubter? What if I told you you could make $250,000 a year? Would you take the job?
Depends on the job.
How many say yes? Go ahead and type it in.
It depends. What's the job? Am I working in a kitchen? Am I working in an office? Am I an executioner killing prisoner? Like, what am I doing? There's a pretty big question mark on this question.
Type in, if I said, I'm going to pay you $250,000, would you take it?
What's the job? Do I have to go on like a whaling expedition? Do I need to go be like a tuna fisherman? No.
Anybody? Yes or no?
This isn't a yes or no question.
Oh, did I not tell you that you need to work every weekend?
Yeah, like, again, he's at like as if he wouldn't like to see. Maybe it's a fair assumption for his audience. He assumes his audience are greedy idiots that would say 250,000, yeah, no matter what. And then he's supposed to shock them, but have you thought it might be a shitty job? Yeah, it was the first thing I thought, you idiot.
And you got to work 14-hour days. Is that it? I'll still do it. For how long? You see, what I'm telling you
Please explain.
is that you need to find value in peace. You need to find value in the time with your family. You need to find value in the things outside of money.
Yeah, you know you can do that and still, like, make money in the stock market, right? Like, you could just have put this money into a mutual fund or some financial instrument that was managed by someone else, and you'd be fine, and you'd have more time for your family, and you wouldn't have to waste it on this GameStop shit. You're the one wasting your life in pursuit of money. What are you talking about? Why are you lecturing people when you're the poster boy of wasting his life and time and not spending it with his family in the search of money? That's you!
What do the people say to you all the time? Money is the root of all evil? That is not what the Bible says.
Love of money is the root of all evil.
The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. The greed of it all. The chase of it all.
You've been chasing it for 5 years, Marantz. You've been chasing a high based on money for 5 years. I want you to go through all your streams, Marantz, add up the total time of all of your streams talking about GameStop, and I want you to look at how much time you have chosen in your life to not spend with your family when you could have.
So when all these guys are trying to tell you how much they're making or what they want to make or what they're doing on their trades and their investments, who gives a shit what they make? Let me tell you what they do with it after they get it. They blow it all. They lose it all.
As opposed to Marantz, who's way up.
Shout out to Corey. Corey put out a video today. He said he's going to go get a job at GameStop.
Of course Marantz knows that guy.
He needs a job. Corey, I know you need a job. I'm going to tell you it's the best job for you. I would love for you to be the GameStop employee because I think you do a good job for your investment. Terrible at YouTube, maybe good at GameStop.
Oh, he's being a dick to that guy. Marantz, that other dude is ignorant and making bad decisions, but he seems like a nicer guy than you. And I'm sure Marantz is like, well, you're a bitch, Hannah. I don't care. I'm not trying to be nice. Not to him, at least.
I support you, brother. I just want people to look at this the way you're supposed to look at it. And
the way you're supposed to look at it is that Marantz is a genius and he's going to be rich. Why won't you just look at it like he does, you idiots?
Constantly getting is nonsense. Like doubt. People doubt, Ryan. People doubt the market, what it looks like. Oh, man, look at this thing. It's going up and it's going down. Bro, Ryan's got him pinned. You're going to blow up on Bitcoin? Good, so are we. Our earnings go up through the roof.
What do you... Bitcoin, you're still down. He bought Bitcoin at like $115.
Bitcoin keeps going, bros. It's over.
It just needs to gain like another almost 50%. We got it.
Okay, Bitcoin can't go. They're going to stop it somewhere. Cool. We're still there. eBay goes. It's over. Whoever gets to these price targets these guys are asking for, losers. It's over. How about GameStop? How much lower do you want to go? However low it goes.
Like $15.
It's over. You'll see. You'll see how ridiculous this is. Read an article today. It said PE ratios are no longer the thing to use to grade out value on the stock market. You mean earnings are no way to grade out value in a company? No, what are we grading out? Debt? Leverage?
There are a lot of factors in analyzing a company and what you think that the stock price should be and the value of the company. Do people still use eBay? Yeah.
You're in the best investment.
I've used eBay before, buy Blu-rays that are out of print and stuff.
That's not leveraged. Who can say that? I've been waiting for Wall Street to tell me I'm wrong on this. You know, all the doubt you guys have for Ryan Cohen, chairman of the board, CEO, GameStop.
Yeah, I know who he is.
You know what?
No one watching your channel doesn't know who Ryan Cohen is. What do you?
Thing is, I take Ryan for being very motivated, and I know that Ryan's in a blackout period right now, meaning he can't do the interviews, he can't splash the pot, and he can do no announcements whatsoever. You're in a blackout window.
Yeah, famously, Ryan Cohen is so communicative, it's so weird not to hear any forward guidance from him.
And now we're getting ready. We're getting ready for this earnings report that's coming. And it looks like we're, 10 days into this month left. So then you have 11 days left here. So you're going to have, today's over. So 10 more days. And then you're going to have another 8, maybe 9, maybe, if that. It comes out early. I think it's coming out early. So maybe we're 2 weeks away from
2
a great
weeks.
earnings report. A record.
2 weeks until the healthcare plan is revealed. It's infrastructure week.
Breaking earnings report, like always, like it will be. You know what I heard Ryan do, guys? That no one can deny? Ryan said, I'm not going to call my shot, but we're coming for eBay one way or the other.
That'd be calling a shot. That's like literally the
What do
definition
you
of it,
think?
right?
You think he just changed his mind a week later?
Yeah, he changed his mind about Bed Bath & Beyond.
I don't think so.
I think you're overestimating the intelligence of Ryan Cohen.
And I tell you guys this not to be like melodramatic or anything. I tell you this because some people forget the words that come out. I've got about 2 more weeks to buy as much as I can. You know how much is that? That's 10 trading days. So that means I'll have 10 more shares. Ask my wife. You don't think I want to buy more? You don't think I could buy? It's not even that. It's not how my mind works. It's that 1 share a day that just keeps me going. Maybe it'll change a year from now. Maybe it'll change a couple of months from now. But I'll tell you what's not going to change. My conviction.
Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop.
My dedication. I wake up every day for this channel. Bitcoin, $74,555 right now.
Cool, what did GameStop buy at? Like $114? Might have even been $120. I don't remember exactly. It was well above 70.
I know it's going to the moon too.
Everything.
They all are. Market's going to reset. People are going to take a bloodbath. Figuratively.
So interesting that he somehow thinks the entire market is going to crash, but it's not going to affect GameStop in any way. Like, you think the entire market's going to crash. Okay, fair enough. But you think that GameStop will come out on top of this? No one is going to have money. Everyone's going to be broke as shit, not afford basics. You think they're going to go spend a bunch of money on trading cards? On plastic Funko Pop crap that's going to be an entire geological layer of our fucking Earth after all our landfills settle in?
And GameStop's going to announce some crazy earnings that no one could ever dream of.
Buy Funko Pops now so that they may be the microplastics of your great-great-great-great-grandchildren's brain.
Except for us, though. You ever ask your friends and family, like, where they think GameStop's going to be when they announce earnings next week? Like, do you think GameStop makes $1 billion a year? Can you imagine that? Guys, I was dreaming of...
What are their expenses? Are they making most of their money on T-bills? Because that's not a good business strategy. I don't know if you know this, Marantz. Anyone can buy T-bills.
This number years ago. Years ago. By the way, Bitcoin up another $25 as I'm talking to you. $575. Crazy. I want to thank the guys and the girls who hang out with us here on the Discord. It's free. Hang out on the channel. You guys learn about GameStop, learn about investing, learn about life, the motivations behind it. You got people out there that say, I don't invest like that. I don't know how to invest. I don't know what to buy. I don't know how to buy. That's cool.
It's okay, neither does Marantz.
Cool. That's cool. Some of you guys have your priorities in the wrong places. I was talking to a guy today, and the guy showed me this hat. He says, I got this hat, man. He goes, look at this hat. It's an awesome hat. I said, that's a pretty cool hat. Yeah, cool. He said, yeah, it was
May you describe the hat for me?
only $35, only $30-something. I said, oh, 2 GameStop shares. The shit, that's a cool-ass hat. Hell no. Not for me.
Yeah, he's not a gambling addict. He just equates every purchase he ever hears about to how many GameStop shares he can buy. He's fine. He's doing great. Can't stop, won't stop. Gambling addiction.
Nothing is for me. You know? Parents. And shout out to AJ and Tara with their kids at school today. That was nice of AJ or Anthony to share the videos of them going back to school. My son did the same this week. It was fun for him. He got to see all his friends. It's always a good time. Well, you know what's cool though? Parents make choices that if they didn't value their children, then they would be just choices, good or bad. It would affect the kids, and it probably would ruin their lives or not. This has nothing to do with Anthony and Tara, by the way. This is just in general. If you're a parent and you make a decision to do something, just know it could inherently affect your children.
Yeah, no shit! Again, he says the most basic things and he thinks he's a genius. Did you know, as a parent, your decisions affect your children? Yeah. Yup. Mm-hmm. That's what parenting is.
Good ways or bad ways, it doesn't matter. But you're running a little mini business there called your family.
Oh, God.
And when you choose to make good decisions for your family, what's best for your family, then your little children, they reap the benefits. They tend to be the shareholders of your family.
Oh, gross, 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 gross. I want to vomit, I want to vomit, I want to vomit. He literally can't even stop himself from financializing the idea of his family. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt.
And you're rewarding those shareholders because they hold the love of your family and the future of your family. I'm telling you now, Ryan Cohen is your daddy.
Power word, pain.
Even you, shareholders that don't like him, that don't like GameStop and talk shit, yet you still own it. Ryan Cohen's your pops. And he's telling you now, believe in me, you better listen to me. You can be homeless soon. You can get 18 and move out. Or you can buy in. You can buy in the way he's raising you.
What a fucking insane what is his family like? This is, what the fuck?
Me? I'm Dad's biggest fan. Papa Cohen! GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Those are the headlines for tonight, millionaires. What else we got going on? Nothing? Good. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.